are special, but this one just feels a little bit better. Waukee versus Waukee Northwest tonight here from the Wolves' Den at Waukee Northwest High School. The girls first, then the boys. For both, it's ranked matchups. Number 6 ranked Waukee Northwest at 3-3 takes on the 1-4, number 13th ranked Waukee Warriors. Blake Walker, Chris Larson along with you here this evening from the Wolves' Den. Chris, this is one of the best rivalries in the state. It's one of the newest rivalries in the state, but these two schools, they don't really like each other that much. Whether it's the girls or the boys, basketball, football, softball, baseball, whatever it is, these students show up, these teams show up no matter what type of talent they have on the roster.
It's kind of been a new dynamic in Iowa, Central Iowa sports in particular, right? Because Ankeny and Ankeny Centennial, Waukee Northwest, they've created these fun rivalries because they go to a lot of events together and they're friends. But boy, when you get on the court or the floor or the field, they're going to get after each other and their parents are going to get after each other and stand. And it just makes for a really fun sporting event. And we have really talented players and really good teams.
Let's talk about some of the players to watch tonight. We'll start out with Waukee Northwest, and I talked about multiple sports. Well, this one's a multi-sport athlete. Logan Vogt has been unbelievable in volleyball. And then on the basketball side, she's kind of the glue guy of the whole team. Just 5.6 points per game, but the rebounds and the assists, they stack up. She's not shooting the ball probably as well as she wants to, but Chris, when you're going to Iowa State to play volleyball, you're so successful on the volleyball court, some things will transfer over. We're seeing that here with Logan.
Fantastic all-around player, right? One of the things that makes her really unique in a girls' basketball game is she can guard anybody on the floor. So we might see her guarding a point guard. We might see her guarding a center. You just don't know with her. The 5.6 points a game doesn't define how good of a player she is, but she also has the ability to get 15, 20 points in a night as well.
She's a very fun player to watch, very talented team around her. For the other side for Waukee, Marin Zalo has been a 4-year starter for the Warriors. Coach Franklin has been with her this entire way, and she's the lead go-getter because she's going to shoot the most, 12.6 points per contest, 7 rebounds per game. We're going to call her name a lot tonight, Chris, and if Waukee's going to win, it's going to be because of Marin Zalo.
Yeah, she's got to play well. You know, you need your best players to play well in big games. I haven't got a chance to watch Waukee yet. I'm really looking forward to it. I did get to see her several times last year. I loved fundamentally where she was at. I want to see how much growth she's made. She could really shoot it, put it on the floor, and obviously she was a really good rebounder as well. Going to take a huge effort on her behalf and her teammates to get this job done tonight.
She's going to Grandview to play basketball next season. We'll take a break, and when we come back, it's part 1 of the Battle of Key this evening on the hardwood. Waukee and Waukee Northwest, the girls matchup coming up next. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V-Plow and Impact Straight Blade. With the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Run, jump, lisp, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Back here at the Wolves Den at Waukee Northwest High School, Blake Walker, Chris Larson along with you here this evening. Rankings will come out tomorrow, new rankings. We'll see how tonight's matchup influences said rankings, but let's take a look at what we saw from last week. Johnston and Dowling Catholic hold at number 1 and number 2. They are playing tonight. We'll keep you updated on that as the evening goes on. Iowa City High is ranked 3rd. They got upset by number 10th ranked Iowa City Liberty just a couple days ago. Expect that to change. Ankeny Valley, Waukee Northwest at the 6th spot after losing to Johnston. They were number 2. Prairie, Iowa City West, Cedar Rapids, Washington. Waukee finds themselves at 13th. 1 and 4 Waukee finds themselves at 13th. Clearly the thought process between the girls' union and a couple of their coaches that go in on the vote. They play in the CIML, they're going to give them the benefit of the doubt, but for Waukee, you know, you can only lose so much, and people keep giving you the benefit of the doubt.
We talked about that last week with Valley a little bit, right? Valley got that big win against Northwest. I think Waukee's in a similar situation, right? Like, it's great to play a tough competition and maybe lose some close games. At some point, you got to get over that hump. They got a great opportunity tonight to do so.
Looks like we'll get our national anthem going. We'll take a break, and when we come back, it's your starting lineup. You're watching Waukee versus Waukee Northwest here on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
I'm making a piece. Hey, this ain't for the faint of heart, we always playing rough.
Wonderful rendition here of our Star Spangled Banner. We will get our starting lineups here on the floor. Waukee and Waukee Northwest set to get rolling. We'll send it down to our PA announcer here for your starting lineups of tonight's matchup. We are set to go. Waukee and Waukee Northwest ready to get rolling here. Girls first, boys will be after. Northwest comes in at 3-3 on the year. Number 6th in the rankings. Waukee 1-4, 13th in the rankings. Northwest leads the series overall 5-2. Waukee won back-to-back at one point at the end of the 2023 season, then at the beginning of 2024. Northwest the favorite coming in, but Waukee a scrappy team, a young team, Chris, that we expect to see growth out of tonight. Why not in a tough environment like this?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, a lot of girls who've seen a lot of minutes over the last couple years. But like you said, they're going to have to play well tonight. Tough environment. Let's see what we got.
Waukee will be in the black with the purple trim. Waukee Northwest in white with the blue trim. We're underway here at Waukee Northwest High School for the Battle of Key.
It's a little horn set to get him going into a flex action. Probably want to get Crowett a look early. There you go.
That's exactly what they do, and Crowett can't get the knock or the three-pointer to knock down, and Waukee will bring it back the other way.
Let's keep an eye on Waukee. I think a real key for them is taking care of that basketball. They can't have runouts and layups for Northwest, who really likes to play that pressure man-to-man defense.
Waukee, a team averaging just 46.4 points per game. They're giving up almost 60. Trying to turn the tides. Just 1-4. Their only win is over Southeast Polk. That's a good Southeast Polk team. But
shot clock
string
here.
A couple together. Here's a strong take to the basket that won't go for Natalie Sitzman, the senior. And Northwest is on the rebound.
Got to get him stopped in transition as well.
Baseline drive. Logan Vogt. We talked about her in pregame, and there she shows up with a big bucket to get Waukee Northwest on the board.
Logan said, "You want to see more points? Guys, I'll show you more points." A small but kind of important look in that first possession. I know it didn't lead directly, but they took care of the ball. They didn't score, but they didn't turn it over up top, which they could have.
Zalo tried to fit it around the screen to Olivia Baker, and the sophomore can't get the feet in bounds. And Northwest student section standing right there will let her know about it. And Northwest will come back the other way.
So much more responsibilities for guards, right? It's not just about scoring, but like getting your team in the offense, taking care of the basketball.
Danberg tries a jumper and misses everything on it. It'll be a rebound away for Waukee.
A little extra energy to start the night off.
Well, we had talked about Cassidy trying to get on the board. I was like, well, we're going to have two players that we talked about.
Yeah.
Score early. Now she has to play defense.
Coach Powell might want Cassidy a little more closer to the block than the three-point line.
Out on the wing is Baker. Now stolen away. Vana Bilic coming back the other way down the floor. Bilic up off the glass and good.
And now here comes the press, right? This is what we were talking about. Waukee's going to have to take care of that ball, and there's back-to-back turnovers, and that's how the game starts getting away from you if you're not careful.
Waukee averaging 16 turnovers per contest. Northwest's not much better, 14.5 for the Wolves, but he talked about it. They could combust a little bit here, and now a good pass off the inbound. Logan Vogt can't hang on, and it'll go back to Waukee.
Okay, a little forward cross on their press break set. Let's see if Waukee can execute here. They're been having trouble getting the ball in bounds.
Sala was waiting for anyone. Now Sitzman is the one to come away with it. Natalie will bring it up the floor.
Good job. Good job getting her team in the offense.
Northwest trying to snap a two-game losing skid coming into tonight. Sitzman takes it to the rack, but gets blocked away by Logan Vogt.
We said she does a lot of things well. There's an example of that great defense. There's who you want.
Vana Bilic left wide open for three. It's off the back iron, and the rebound is snagged away by Samantha Reese.
Too bad they missed Danberg. You know, we just talked about posting up hard, and they missed her on that one.
Rice all the way and gets the turnaround to go.
Oh, that little up and under. Really nice touch and a good bucket. Much needed bucket for Waukee.
Rice averaging second most points of the team, 8.4. 5'7" junior showing out here early for Waukee to get him on the board first.
Back into that flex action.
Bilic on the low post and gets fouled on the way up by Olivia Baker. And Vana Bilic will go to the line to shoot two.
Really like Vana's game. We've watched a lot of them here over the last couple of years, and just such a solid player. She shoots it well. She's a good defender, takes care of the ball, but also will get you 6 to 8 points just by scrapping down low in the post. She's one of those players that makes good teams great.
She's now 6 of 13 from the charity stripe this year.
I think that'll continue to improve as the year goes along, too. She's a good shooter.
Back iron on the second. The lead is 3 for Waukee Northwest in the early portions. Not a lot of scoring here as we are past 3 minutes gone by in the first. Northwest trying to keep up with the stingy defense. They're only giving up 46 points per contest. That sounds like a Sam Powell defense.
Mm-hmm. Good cut there.
Zalo lost it on the way up. Now she's doubled.
Yeah.
Has to kick it back outside to Julia Van Kuren. And Van Kuren knocks down the long three.
Really nice patience that time by Zalo. I thought she might get called for 3 seconds. She was in a little trouble there, but she stayed under control and did a really nice job kicking and getting the bucket.
Northwest tries to respond with a three of their own. It will not work, but the rebound is taken away by Sadie McCann. And then on the other side, it's a three-pointer that's knocked in by Romy Cruitt.
Second chance points can be game changers, and there's Cruitt getting that steal. Oh, but she's not able to convert. Vogt gets the offensive rebound.
Northwest is winning on the boards early.
And you can see they just create a lot of chaos. When they score, kind of feels like their energy just really ramps up and they really get in that pressure quickly.
Abijay Peters checks in for Waukee.
Another one we saw last year. I thought she does a really nice job. I think with the ball handling duties, it really will help them having her back.
She averaged over double digits last year. Now coming off the bench. 8-5 in the early portions here. Van Kuren thought about a three. Now tries to back her way in, but loses her footing up against Victoria Burpo, who we've talked about several times. That Burpo, another strong piece off the bench for Waukee.
I like her a lot. And again, I think you see her development right there by seeing how her feet moved on defense, right? She was a little more flat-footed. This year, she is moving on both ends of the floor. I think by the end of the year, she's going to be a real weapon for them.
Left wide open for three is Vana Bilic again, and that time it won't drop, and a foul might be on Romy Cruitt here. Yep, that's who they're going to get it on. Susie Scott was on the receiving end of that one.
Romy got in some foul trouble in that Valley game, and
did against Johnston as well.
Yeah, and so that's something she's probably going to have to. We call that managing the game. She's going to have to think about that because they're a different team when she's not on the floor.
Northwest coming off the loss to the #1 ranked Dragons, 47-41. Ava J. Peters stop and go inside, but misses it offside. Here comes Croy, going to push the floor. Now decides to back out.
I really like the way Burpo is posting up. Got to look for her in there. She's working hard.
Vogt working on Zalo, and going to get a bump foul on Aaron Zalo. Actually stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, looked a little out of sync on that entire possession, right? Like they had Burpo, and then all of a sudden it got reversed, and she had given up on her post. That's kind of one of those little chemistry things. You got to play as a unit.
Ava J. Peters will walk it up. You saw the student section on your screen. They are not in their normal position. They have been moved to the near side.
What are we doing here?
I am very surprised by that. They got the middle schoolers sitting where the others do.
Oh, got her.
Zalo on the inside post, but knocked away by Vana Bilic.
Yeah, just a little low, but there's another example. Vana Bilic just always seemed to be involved in plays. Great defense there on the front side there.
She's headed to Waldorf to continue her collegiate career playing basketball.
Nice.
Zalo, nice play off the inbound. Gets it to go.
That was kind of just she came off that screen, but then she noticed her defender just trailing, and she cut right to the basket. Really good find by Peters, too.
Talked about it in the pregame, but she's a 4-year starter at Waukee. Burst on the scene as a freshman, played with a lot of talented players up through, and now she's the leader.
Oh.
Bilic covered on the outside, and now gets it ripped away by Zalo.
Good hands, good defense there by the Waukee Warriors.
Feels like a feeling each other out kind of.
A little bit.
8-7, and we got a minute 58 to go.
I got away with some steps.
Quick first step is knocked away by Burpo as Samantha Rice tried to take it to the basket.
It's kind of like a couple boxers who are just in the first couple rounds just exchanging jabs and not really showing their true stuff yet, right? Another box set. Let's see what they get out of it.
And it leads to a Zalo pass first, and then she goes right back to the basket, gets it blocked away partially by Logan Vogt.
Talked about her defense, right? She just keeps coming up in a lot of different ways. And then her ball handling also very good.
Ava J. Peters gets whistled on the foul.
First quarter moving right along so far.
Vogt will throw in here. Romy Croat will be the receiver. Northwest trying to get some offense on the board here.
Love to see them do something to maybe get Burpo involved inside, right? Like some kind of set that you could get her a touchdown low.
Croat left wide open for three. Can't get it to drop. They try to get the rebound with Grace McCann, and it doesn't work.
I just feel like they're a little perimeter oriented right now, like what they want them to do.
Baker tried to sneak it down to the low post. It's another turnover for Waukee. Now Croat tries to go the other way, and the foul is going to be on Waukee. It's a blocking foul.
I think it's the right call. I actually think she fouled her before the push-off. It was kind of like she was riding her the whole way down, and then she did push off when they blew the whistle, but I think that was after a lot of contact.
That's 2 fouls on Olivia Baker, so she will take a seat for a little bit here.
Gonna have to keep her eye. She kind of limped off, too.
McCann off a screen. Can't get it to drop. Both teams cold to start.
Kennedy Princehouse there on the offensive rebound. I like her game, too. She's very active, always doing a lot of little things to make her team better.
Ava J. Peters staying physical with one early foul already. Burpo, nice spin in the lane, and gets it to go.
Big time move right there by the sophomore. She went left, kind of came back to the right, but then spanned and to finish with your left hand. That's a really impressive move.
Now she's playing defense, trying to go up against Van Kuren. Van Kuren wins that battle as she goes to the basket and gets fouled.
See her confidence rising. That might have been just a particular play where maybe her confidence was just a little too high. Give her a little more space out on the perimeter, I think. What a move down there, though.
Very impressive.
That's a big time move.
Julia Van Kuren, 6'2" sophomore, rims out on that one. 7 of 11 at the free throw line this year coming in. 9.2 points per game. They like what they have with her.
That is a basketball player's body right there, right? 6'2", slender, shoots it really well. She's going to have a really good couple years coming up.
She's got 4 tonight. Last possession here of the quarter, you would assume, in what has been low scoring considering what we've seen from Northwest this year. There's an errant pass that'll go to Waukee as Montevillage, a little bit of miscommunication there at the sideline.
Well, now if you're Waukee, you want to make sure you do a good job handling this end the quarter situation, right? They're going to, I believe they're going to have the possession to start the second quarter, so you have that 2-for-1 opportunity, or back-to-back opportunity. So let's see if they can execute.
Got a chance to tie or take the lead going into the second quarter. Sitzman gets it over to Rice. Waiting for Van Kiernan down on the low post. Van Kiernan turns around, can't get it to go. Gets her on rebound though and puts it back up and in.
Outstanding move baseline right there by Van Kiernan.
Tied at the end of the first quarter. Waukee and Waukee Northwest. We'll see you in the second quarter. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Run, jump, lisp, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity, the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Look at Coach Sam Powell. He's a state title winner with Des Moines East. Coached Des Moines East to a state championship in 2011. 33-20 record at Waukee Northwest. Him and his Wolves tied with Waukee here 10-10 after the first quarter. Blake Walker, Chris Larson along with you here. Here's Cassidy Danberg. Can't get it to drop, but Romy Croit, one of the top rebounders on the team, passes an outlet pass outside to Sadie McCann, who knocks down the three.
Second chance points again. That's really starting to become a little bit problematic for Waukee. They're doing a lot of things well, but if you're going to upset a team like Northwest, you got to do more than a couple things well.
Zalo on the other end gets the layup to go.
Excellent job. Good cut, good pass. Got to get these possessions finished with a rebound down here.
Very competitive basketball throughout the first 8 minutes. You expect it in a rivalry like this. Croit got Peters in the air and fires for a mid-range. Can't get it to go. Village is on the glass, as they have been all game. And now Waukee with the chance. Van Kuren all the way and can't get it to drop. This battle's been fun in the first 8 minutes.
Absolutely.
Abba J. Peters and Romy Croit.
Yeah, she's a difference maker for sure for Waukee.
Abby didn't start, but a lot of minutes there in that first quarter after foul trouble for Olivia Baker.
Just feel like the movement's not been real crisp for Northwest. And part of that's the defense, but ooh, that's a strong move.
Romy gets fouled on her way up. She'll go to the line to shoot 2 for the Wolves.
You feel that same way? It feels pretty stagnant. Maybe a couple passes and just a shot. The thing that's keeping them alive are those offensive rebounds.
And sometimes in these games, I see it in football all the time. You don't play down to an opponent, but you play to match the opponent.
Yeah.
Romy knocks down her first at the charity stripe. 15 of 21 coming into tonight at the free throw line. She gets a both.
She must be on a pretty good streak. I remember one of the games I did, she was down a little bit below 50%, and I was like, yeah, that won't take long to
She
get
did
her
not
back.
start the year shooting very well. She's picked it up significantly here.
Great player.
Logan Vogt says, I'm going to go all the way, and she gets swatted away by Julia Van Kiernan.
A little 24 on 24 right there, and Van Kiernan stuffs the 24 for the Wolves.
Now a chance for a throw in here. Here's Danberg. Another fun matchup, Danberg
Absolutely.
and Zalo.
All over the place.
Village left wide open for 3, and she splashes it home.
felt like it was only a matter of time, right? She's got her feet set, really good baseline, came off a couple screens on the baseline and get her feet set, and she's a really good shooter when she gets a good look.
Northwest scored 10 points in the first quarter. They got 8. We're not even 2 minutes into the second.
Yeah. Now, if you're Waukee, you got to hang, though, right? You got to keep having good possessions.
And Kieran, they've been trying that a couple times on that pick and roll with Zalo. Croat stops in transition and rims out. Another offensive rebound, though, for McCann. Now Village caught up, finds McCann. Can't get the runner to go. Knocked out. Should go to Northwest, or should go to Waukee, and it does.
Good pass, good cut on that one. Just wasn't quite able to finish on the left hand. I'd love to see Romy Krat there. That pull-up three, that's a high difficulty shot. I'd love to see her attack a little bit more in transition, right? She's a great free throw shooter. Get to the foul line. Get those transition opportunities. Take advantage of them.
And Kieran thought about a 3 in the corner. Now thinks better.
There you go.
Zalo on the low post got a good look and knocks it down.
Sometimes you win the play before you get the ball, and she had her girl buried on the baseline, got it, and then it was an easy finish after that.
Lead dwindled back down to 4 in favor of the Wolves. They came into tonight averaging just 6 offensive rebounds per game. I'd venture to say they're pretty much tied with that, if not maybe more.
Not more. Good. I like seeing Danberg posting up in there, too. Good pass.
Cassidy on the low post. Can't get the layup to drop. She's had shooting woes to start the year. You know she'll figure it out.
Yep.
Very talented multi-sport athlete. Van Kuren a little too high. Throw it on the rebound. Now up ahead to McCann. And McCann gets fouled on the way up by Sitzman.
Going to sound a little nitpicky here for you, Blake, but in that transition, when I think Northwest is at their best, the ball's touching a lot of different people's hands quickly. That was a good look ahead. The defense came over. I think it was an easy drop-off pass would have been an easy layup. Now, McCann goes and finishes here. Just I think as they go along, and even earlier in the year, they were playing at that really high level. Sometimes you just have ebbs and flows, and they'll continue to figure that out. Good job by McCann making both free throws. It wasn't a terrible play, right? It's just one of those things that, like, you're looking for when they're their best version of themselves.
It's a 30-second timeout taken by Waukee. You got to take a look there at Coach Danielle Franklin. You know, before there was Hannah Stolke at Cedar Rapids, Washington, there was Danielle Franklin at Cedar Rapids, Washington. Played for the Warriors, went to Valpo, played college basketball, and now a head coach here at Waukee. 46-44 record, has taken her team to the state tournament. Very talented coach, younger coach.
You also love it when you have those people who, you know, played at a high level, played Iowa high school basketball at a high level, and now giving back and teaching girls to play and meet that same level of expectation.
She's got her Warriors down by 6 here in the middle of the second quarter.
A little different zone pressure there. They want to trap in the corner.
And Kieran tries to get it over to Sitzman. Now Croat up ahead to Logan Vogt. She lost her footing on the way up, though, and gets blocked by Zalo. Well, I don't think she had the steps that she wanted to, and then paused, but luckily Northwest gets the ball.
Yeah, it's just overthinking it a little bit. Just a lot of little things. That was almost a carry, too. Just a little out of rhythm, I would say.
Just over 4.5 to go here in the second quarter. Northwest has already matched their total in the first quarter.
Good. They're out to a little more 5-out motion. There's a good cut.
Logan on the back door, gets it blocked, got her own rebound, though, and puts it back up and in.
I like that 5-out motion. It gets everybody moving a little bit, not quite so stagnant.
4 different players have scored here in the second quarter. We have got a
shot
whistle.
Clock.
Yep. Clock issue.
Chris Lynch all over it.
Substitutions, Burpo coming in, McCann checking in as well for Waukee Northwest.
You can tell it's a big-time game. Got a big-time officiating crew. A lot of really, really good officials here tonight. Should do a great job for both the boys and the girls.
I tell you what, the crowd is really filled in.
It sure is, isn't it?
I don't know if it's quite sold out, but it's got to be close. Zalo all the way, not going to get it to go off glass. That's a great look. Now Northwest tries to extend their lead here on the other side.
Back out to that 5-out motion, but then they don't mind stopping on their cut and posting up, which is not a bad idea. You want to attack off this though, right? Just keep your spacing, but then when you get a driving lane, go right the hoop, just like that.
McCann all the way and gets it to go off glass.
Man, I love how she finishes with her left hand.
She's got 7 just this quarter. She didn't score in the first. Rice tries to respond, goes all the way to the other corner.
Yeah, stepped on the line.
To Taryn Werstein, and Werstein's out of bounds.
This is a little bit of danger zone right now for Waukee, right? You got 3 minutes, 45 seconds. Gonna call a timeout. Coach knows she's
10. So they're 10. So they're figuring things out here as the season continues to roll along, and we talk about it all the time. You figure out what your team is before December 25th.
Absolutely.
And then after December 25th, you're like, all right, if we need to fix anything, we can.
Especially in this league. And you're running that gauntlet. Like, you're going to get some losses, and that's okay. But are you getting tougher? Are you getting callous so that you can be great in January and February?
It doesn't get easier for Waukee after tonight. They're home Friday against Dowling Catholic, who currently is ranked 2. We'll have that on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
That's it right there, right? Taking it at the basket. I like that when she mixes that into her game a little bit.
Now Waukee trying to beat the press, but it was knocked away by Sada McCann playing as a DB out there.
Whoa.
Now, McCann, quick first step, all the way to the basket and good.
Boy, is she having a quarter, isn't she?
She's got 9 in this quarter alone. 18 total
We'll go
for
again.
Northwest in the second. McCann, stop and go, and good.
I want to get another. She's going to let them keep playing. She is. They've doubled them up now, and they're really struggling with that pressure. It's defense leading to offense for the Wolves.
No surprise she came in averaging 12 points per contest, and now finds herself with 11.
See, it's just funny, too. The ball's just moving a little crisper, and then all of a sudden their baskets are just happening a little easier for the Wolves.
Well, the zone's definitely not helping for Waukee. Sitzman on the low post, got it swatted away.
There they go again.
Logan Votes.
Look in there.
Her tracks. Crowett, floater, no. Burpo on the glass, not going to drop. Ball's going to go out. Later call, but it's going to stay with the Wolves.
Yeah, offensive rebounds have really, I know that Coach Franklin it's going to be something she's going to emphasize at halftime.
She's going to take another timeout. It will be a full timeout. We'll take one with them. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
As the seasons change, so should the colors in your garden and around your home. Nothing says fall like a splash of beautiful colors from the Fall Mums from Good Greenhouses. No one has a larger selection of gorgeous mums or better pricing, with sizes from small pots to large containers that are sure to make the neighbors jealous. For over 118 years, the Good family have grown and sold the best mums in Iowa in a rainbow of stunning fall colors. Come see for yourself, just north of Interstate 80 and only 8 minutes south of Ankeny.
Take a look at the Waukee Northwest student section. Everybody all fired up. They're all the way to the back wall over there for the Wolves' Den, or the Wolf Pack as they call it. Coach Franklin with the timeout for Waukee. That's her second timeout she's taken in the last 2 minutes, as Northwest is on a 20-4 run in the second quarter. We were tied at 10 at the end of the first, but Northwest has just really taken off.
Yeah, it's been pressure, right? You know, it's kind of like a pipe that was ready to burst, and you could kind of sense it. Waukee was doing a good job hanging around, but then a few turnovers led to a few easy baskets, and it's got a little bit out of control. Big last 2 minutes. You know, if you're Waukee, you want to try and get that 12-10 mark by the halftime, and then you can have a puncher's chance.
Crowett with it at the top of the key. She's got 7 tonight. She gets free for 3 and can't get it to drop, but another
offensive rebound again.
Another offensive rebound for Vanna Bilic, who goes back up and in. Went through a double team and made it work.
Fancy footwork that time by Vanna. She kind of snuck through that double team. Both players there to try and help on that defense, but she was able to sneak right through there.
22-4 run in this quarter.
Yeah.
Sitzman's left wide open for 3 and can't get it to drop. Loose ball is going to be picked up by the Warriors. Rice tries her own 3 and splashes it home.
Good shot. Rice off to a good start there.
She's got 5 this evening.
Need to get a stop if you're Waukee.
That's the Warriors student section back in it just a little bit here. Romy will back this one out. Northwest only scored 41 against Johnston. They already got 32. This is the type of game Northwest wants to be in. As that pull-up jumper is not going to go. We're going to have a jump ball. It's going to, where are they going to go? They don't have the possession arrow.
It's going to be Waukee ball.
Try to look down on the scoreboard or on the scores table, but.
Okay, they're going to drop off their pressure. Let's see if it's going to be some kind of a half-court trapping defense. I think they're going to keep the pressure up. It looks like a 2-3. See if they trap out of it. You got Logan Vogt up top and all her length. Oh, that would have been big.
That rims out. Van Kuren can't get the rebound to go.
Oh, I don't know.
What's the call?
Technical foul on Van Kiernan.
Oh. I did not see what
she thought she got. She turned and
said something.
Yeah, and that's Joey Townsville. He's going to run a tight ship. He has for 30 years. He's a veteran ref, and now he's going to go tell Coach Franklin. She said this.
And Sadie McCann is at the free throw line. She knocks down her first, continues her red-hot quarter, and Van Kuren will check out.
Might have said the magic word, Blake.
It's possible. So still take a seat for the remainder of the quarter as McCann knocks down both. How about 13 points in this quarter alone?
This quarter, as a sophomore. I mean, I think it goes to show you the potential she has, right? And they have a few different girls who can do that on any given night, which is good. That's how you want to play. I think sometimes it's that finding that fine line of being selfish enough but not too selfish, and then being unselfish enough but not too unselfish, right? I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it really is how basketball works.
Crowett left open for three. Can't get it to drop.
Another offensive
Danberg
rebound.
on it. She tosses it away, though. Abijay Peters, really nice defense there by the sophomore.
Yep.
Shot clock is dead. We'll see if Waukee wants to hold or if they decide to shoot. Logan Vogt, coast to coast, off the glass. No, got her own rebound and then falls down on her own feet and travels.
I feel like Logan herself just a little bit. She's such a good athlete, and it just looks like she's overthinking everything.
10 seconds left. Waukee, not a ton of urgency here, trying to get it down the floor. Bryce at the horn, able to get a layup, and they are trying to take a little bit of momentum into the locker room. 34-19. Waukee Northwest leads over Waukee. We'll send it to our halftime break, and when we come back after the end of our halftime show, we'll talk about what we've seen in the first half, second half, and more coming up. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
As the seasons change, so should the colors in your garden and around your home. Nothing says fall like a splash of beautiful colors from the fall mums from Good Greenhouses. No one has a larger selection of gorgeous mums or better pricing, with sizes from small pots to large containers that are sure to make the neighbors jealous. For over 118 years, the Good family have grown and sold the best mums in Iowa in a rainbow of stunning fall colors. Come see for yourself, just north of Interstate 80 and only 8 minutes south of Ankeny.
Run, jump, lisp, swim, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into the studio here. It's halftime of our game here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Before we get you back to the action, there's a lot of news to cover here in the Metro and here in the CIML. Let's go over the rankings for girls basketball that came out last week from the IGHSAU, along with CIML standings for the boys. Class 5A, top 15 teams in the rankings. There are 15 teams in the rankings. Johnston sits atop the standings. 58 straight wins for the Dragons as of tonight. We'll see if that continues. They do play Dowling Catholic this evening, who, oh, by the way, is ranked number 2. Dowling Catholic sitting in a great spot, undefeated on the season. Iowa City High is at number 3. They did lose to Iowa City Liberty last week after the rankings were released, so the Little Hawks probably going to drop here as the rankings continue. Ankeny at the number 4 spot. Valley, after the upset win over Northwest, jumped up to number 5. Waukee Northwest sits at the 6th position. Cedar Rapids Prairie and Bruce Dahl ranked 7th. Iowa City West is 8th. Cedar Rapids Washington sits at the 9th spot. Then I talked about Liberty at the 10th position. Cedar Falls is 11th. They picked up a win over number 8 Iowa City West last week. Expect them to move up. Bettendorf is 12th. Waukee is 13th. Waterloo West was the newest team in the rankings that weren't there before. They have one of the top scorers in the state. They find themselves at 14th. And Pleasant Valley rounds out top 15 at the 15th position. Moving on to the boys' side, they don't have official rankings yet. Those will come out officially from the IHSAA later as the season progresses, most likely a couple weeks after the first of the year. So we're going to look at the CIML standings as of tonight before the game started here on this December 16th. Dowling Catholic sits atop. It's pretty much a tie between 3 teams. Dowling Catholic 4-0, 4-0 Waukee, 4-0 Waukee Northwest. Waukee Northwest does technically have a lead, if you will. They are 4-0 in the conference. Waukee and Dowling Catholic are 3-0. Ankeny right behind in the 4th position, 3-1 overall, 3-1 in the conference. They lost to Urbandale last week. Good win for the Jayhawks. Southeast Polk falls in behind Ankeny at 1-2 in the conference. Urbandale 1-2 after that win against Ankeny. Johnston is 1-3, and Ankeny, Centennial, and Valley round out the field at 0-4. Taking a look at some of the games that are going on the rest of this week, we'll start out with what we have on Friday for the Central Iowa Sports Network. Dowling Catholic heads to Waukee. For the girls' side, it's going to be what we think could be a top 15 matchup. We're not sure what the rankings will look like. Waukee could drop out depending on tonight's performance against Waukee Northwest. But Dowling Catholic most undoubtedly will be top 5. We'll see if they win against Johnston or not, but it will be a top 5 team going to Waukee Fieldhouse. And on the other side for the boys, realistically could be a battle of 2 undefeateds. We're not really sure how everything shakes out, but still will be a crucial top of CIML matchup on Friday night. And while we're not covering it on Saturday, Waukee Northwest heads to Sioux City to play at the Tyson Center, where they take on Sioux City East. The Black Raiders, as of tonight, are 3-1. Waukee Northwest 4-0. It's a fun early season matchup between a Western and Central Iowa team. That will do it for us here on our halftime show. We'll get you right back to the action. Should be a good rest of the game coming up. Thanks for watching our halftime show. Now back to the action on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
3, 2, action! Wilson Toyota in Ames is unlike any other car dealership in Iowa. At Wilson Toyota, we give you a financially rewarding, time-saving, and stress-free car buying experience. Earning your confidence with a value-oriented customer experience is what thousands of customers have come to understand as the Wilson experience.
She's getting better at this, making me so proud.
Wilson Toyota,
home of the Wilson experience.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V-Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Back here at the Wolves Den, Blake Walker, Chris Larson along with you here. Waukee Northwest leads Waukee 34-19 is your score. Wolves looking good. It was tied 10-10 at the end of the first quarter, but then a big run by Waukee Northwest, almost a 22-4 run, I believe, gets them where they are. Sadie McCann leads all scorers with 13. She scored all those in the second quarter. And it looks like, Samantha Rice, 7 points, is the main leader for Waukee. The biggest thing for Waukee, you get a bucket there at the end of the half. You kind of help yourself with a little bit of momentum, but they got to cut the turnovers down. They got to find a way to beat these press by Waukee Northwest.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty easy halftime chat if you're Coach Franklin. You gotta take care of the basketball, and you gotta secure the defensive rebounds. Right? Those are the two things that are really getting out of control. They're solid, but they've had so many second chance opportunities. That is Waukee Northwest, and Coach Sam Powell obviously thrilled with the play of his sophomore McCann, and just the entire team really was picking up their crispness. I thought as the first half went along.
After this one, Waukee will play Dowling Catholic on Friday night. Then I believe that is it before they head to the new year. Then they take on Centennial, number 5 Valley, Urbandale, and Roosevelt. So definitely a couple games to string together a couple of wins for Waukee Northwest. They take on Southeast Polk on Friday night. Then they go on the road to number 6 Ankeny. They get Dowling Catholic here at home. Then they go at Centennial. Then they have to go at number 1 Johnston. So the road in the CIML is always tough. We expect great things from both teams. We're excited to see how the second half shakes out. We'll take one more break, and when we come back, your second half of action coming up, Waukee and Waukee Northwest on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Run, jump, lisp, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Waukee Northwest with the halftime lead over their rival Waukee. Set to go here for half number 2. Wolves trying to get on the winning ways once again. 2-game losing skid coming into tonight. They fell short to Valley 70-54, a game where the Tigers shot lights out. Pretty much shot them out of the gym.
Yeah, it really did.
Jumped Valley all the way to the top 5 in the rankings. And then they fell short on their home floor here against Johnston, 47-41. By the way, I said I'd try to keep you updated. The Wi-Fi is really bad in here, but I was able to. Dowling Catholic is trailing Johnston 26-24 at the halftime break.
Okay.
Buckle up.
Sounds like quite a game.
59, would be 59. Right now, a 58-game winning streak on the line.
Right.
For the Dragons.
There's that horn set into flex here again. Ooh, McCann.
Why not give it to the hot hand?
Oh, good pass.
Village. Logan Vogt for 3 and can't get it to drop, but once again, McCann is on the offensive glass. Romy Croat tries her own 3. That's not going to go, and Maranzalo skies for the rebound, pulls that thing down as hard as she can.
You could tell it was something they talked about at halftime, though. That was a little more of an aggressive rebound right there.
Zalo's got 6 tonight for the Warriors. Van Kuren had that technical with about 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back on.
And I love the way McCann's looking tonight. I just feel like she's playing a little angry, like she doesn't like that 2-game losing streak.
Kuren trying to go to the basket. Here's a 3-pointer by Rice. Can't continue the success at the end of the first half. And Northwest is on the glass.
See, these are some of the little things Waukee's really doing a nice job. They're getting the ball stopped in transition. They're doing a good job in the half court.
Olivia Baker is back in. Remember, she had the 2 fouls in the first quarter. We did not see her in the second quarter. Abijay Peters got a majority of those minutes. Billich tries to get it all the way, and another offensive rebound. This time it was Danberg. Croat, strong take to the basket, good.
Yeah, great offensive rebound there, and a good finish by Romy.
Waukee, the first step to getting back in the game. Well, you got to not turn the ball over, but you got to get the ball off the glass.
It is if they get twice as many chances to score as you do, it's going to be really hard to come back. Good shot right there. That'll start. That'll help.
Curran able to knock down the long three. She's got 9. She has 6 in the first quarter. You thought maybe things would be starting to string together, but
did you notice she kind of stubbed her toe or but man, she got her feet set eventually and knocked it down. Cut.
Logan Boat got picked up by Zalo. Croat through traffic and 1.
Good finish there by Romy. Absorbed a little contact, was able to use the glass. Here comes the replay.
It's all Romy here in the first or second half.
It's one thing she does really well. She's showing off her muscles a little bit, and she does that really well. I think that's when she's at her best, right? She's a good shooter, but when she attacks, she's such a strong guard in there.
She's got 12, so 2 Northwest Wolves in double digits.
Is that zone pressure again? They were struggling with this in the second quarter. Let's see if they can handle it a little better. Good job on their spacing that time. Did a much better job.
Emma J. Peters in here at the point guard position. Played quite a bit there in the second quarter after the Olivia Baker foul.
A lot of people like to do this too. They put that pressure, and now half the shot clock is bled, right? And before they can get into their offense, so now they're down to 7.
Can't get it to drop. I swear, Chris, a lot of these teams that I see here in the Metro, the shot clock does get under 15 seconds a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is not, I don't see many offenses that make it at least a point of emphasis, I feel like, to get it done before at least 15 seconds.
You want to make that team use their, make them play defense for a while. Speaking of making them play, that's what we're talking about with Danberg, right? Getting in that post, finishing strong. She's a good, strong athlete, and just need to get her down there and build her confidence.
It's her first points of the night. Coach Powell thought there was an over and back.
Yeah, it was close. If we had replay, I think her toe was over, but her heel never touched.
Rice.
Here we go again.
Off glass. Good defense by Peters, but I think a late foul is going to come in on Rice, and I think that's what the call is.
I think that was a good call. I like the energy, though. When you're down by 20, you gotta figure out something to get yourself back in the game. So I don't mind that kind of a hustle play at all by Rice.
(41-22) is your score. 4:26 to go here in the third quarter. All Northwest since the beginning of the second.
Oh, there you go.
You got Burrow on the low post. Victoria spins and goes. Boy, looks like a veteran post player for just being a sophomore.
Right? How about the footwork? Obviously, again, point of emphasis by Coach Powell at halftime was let's get posted up strong, and then part of your job as a guard is to get that entered into them.
And Curran all the way, but misses the pass intended for Rice. They've had a couple of those tonight, whether that be on pick and rolls. They just can't seem to connect.
See that? Sometimes your pressure is on the back end. Coach Powell played for Rudy Washington back in the day and used to love saying, come from behind and tap it to a teammate. And that's kind of what Northwest did right there.
Zalo trying to get a steal, and now they call a foul on Burpo. I'll tell you what, Victoria did a pretty good job keeping that lone arm in there, keeping it from Lauren's
kind of like
grasp. Yeah.
Little game of takeaway.
Kennedy Princehouse checks back in.
Got a timeout by Coach Powell.
Coach going to take the timeout. It'll be a full one. We'll take one with them. Waukee Northwest leads. We'll be right back.
3, 2, action.
Wilson Toyota and Ames is unlike any other car dealership in Iowa. At Wilson Toyota, we give you a financially rewarding, time-saving, and stress-free car buying experience. Earning your confidence with a value-oriented customer experience is what thousands of customers have come to understand as the Wilson Experience.
She's getting better at this. Home of the Wilson Experience.
Back here at the Wolves Den, Waukee Northwest leading over Waukee 43-22. Blake Walker, Chris Larson with you this evening. About 15 minutes after the conclusion of this one, the boys' game gets going. I don't want to spoil it, but it's supposed to be a pretty good game, apparently. Number 1 versus number 2. You don't get to see that a lot. How about that? Number 1 versus number 2 is kind of rare as it is. All tonight, we get number 1 versus number 2, and in girls basketball, we get number 1 versus number 2.
In a December night, right? It was nice early season action. Stick around for it. You're going to see, I don't know, there's 6 or 7 big-time Division I athletes on the floor. It's going to be a fun one.
Think of the names as I think. It's going to be another timeout here for Coach Franklin. Quick 30-second. We were talking about it. Our producer Randy and I were yesterday. You think of all the already Division I athletes that have played in the rivalry on the men's side.
Right.
It's unbelievable. You see what Tucker DeVries is doing. You see what Sanford's doing. You know, Omaha Blues at Wake Forest. Phenomenal athletes all across the floor, and we expect that tonight as well.
Yeah, Price had a little bit of a game.
He did.
How about Nebraska?
At 26 in the first half, I was like, all right. And then he only scored 6, but that's a win. They're winning.
Them having to change their defense to chase him around, I think set them up for the win in the second half. They're playing great basketball under Coach
I do find it
Holbrook.
funny. The AP poll came out yesterday. Nebraska's ranked 18th, which is amazing. And then Illinois ranked 17th. And someone's like, man, it's only if
you could have
only
bumped
they
them. Yeah,
played
they just,
each other.
Right?
Interesting.
If only we had a way that we could decide who's better.
So Waukee had to call the timeout. They didn't want the 5-second call.
A little zone action here.
And Curran all the way, not going to go. Good defense by Burpo.
Boy, they're getting out and going tonight, aren't they?
Votes.
Oh, good pass.
Ooh. And Zalo.
Great hustle by Zalo right there.
Intercepts the pass. The other end, Rice can't save it. Again, we've just had a couple of those tonight where a couple passes, right idea, just not executed.
Yep, just a little sloppy. I like the idea by Vogt on that one. I know she ended up turning it over, but I love it. Burple was running that floor. I just thought it was a really good play by Zala, but when you get big, your bigs to run the floor like that, try and reward them if you can.
We have not had a lot of fouls tonight.
No.
1 on Northwest here in the second half, 2 on Waukee. It's been a pretty clean game, but neither team's really taking it to the rack and ton.
Good move.
Sadie McCann off the pick and roll is good.
Remember when we were talking about that a little bit firsthand? I said that's when they're at their best. Right there is an example when they're at their best. And then here's Billich with a steal. Let's see if they can't get out and go in transition.
Guess who's on the other end? Sadie McCann lays it up and in.
Excellent job by Sadie. Boy, she's having a night. But I love how they're looking for each other, and it makes the game look a lot better when you're sharing that basketball.
And usually you think of her as a corner shooter, a wing shooter, and she's got knocked down 3. She only has 1 tonight. I think she's only taken 1 tonight.
Yep. Oh, has a chance up here.
Yeah, now she's playing defense against Rice.
Funny how that works. You see the ball go through the hoop, and then all of a sudden, great move.
Zalo stops and fires for a short 2. Talked about it. She's going to Grandview to play basketball. Avery Moon also going to Grandview to play basketball.
Yeah, how about that? That's a good.
Grandview staying within state here, within the metro even.
Both really fun players to watch. Okay.
Strong defense
good
again,
hustle.
and a foul is going to be called on Natalie Sitzman. She was very surprised. Got a replay coming up here on the
Look at that little steal.
stream of the Sadie McCann bucket.
Look at that. What a great pass ahead by Billich. And then Sadie McCann continues to show off what an excellent finisher she is with the left hand.
It's getting serious for this Waukee crowd. They're handing out like party streamers.
Uh-oh. It's going to be a fun one.
Oh, my. Might be one you and I might have to stay on the whole time.
Yeah.
Nice play on the inside for Victoria Burpo.
I love that. And Burpo's first thing she did is turn and pointed to Billich because that doesn't happen without a great entry pass.
I've always thought for a team to win a state title, you always need a good guarding, you need a good center position. There's a nice three-pointer that's knocked in by Samantha Rice. But you look at what you have in McCann as a sophomore, you look at what you have in Burpo as a sophomore, you know they're going to be paired up until they graduate. Northwest has got to be pretty happy.
Right? There you go.
Coach Powell has to be sitting pretty right now and thinking, well, I got my lineup figured out for a little bit.
Yep, there it is again. Ooh, go
unselfish ball to McCann.
Look at that.
Just holding the three-pointer.
We just talked about it, right? It's funny how basketball works, and you just got to do it, but that ball's touching a lot of different girls' hands, and then all of a sudden good things start happening.
That's 20 for the sophomore. She didn't have any in the first quarter. Billich playing hounding defense on the floor with the steal. Billich waiting. Ooh, McCann got Abijay Peters in the air and can't get the 3 to go. The whole student section would have erupted. There's a steal by Romy Crowett.
Yeah, you can really feel it. It's almost like after that rough week last week, Northwest came out a little bit, kind of checking their confidence a little bit, but boy, have they found their edge here in the second half.
It was quite the drop from ranked second to going back to 6th. I'm sure they thought, well, I don't think we'd be dropping that far.
Right.
but looking good tonight against their crosstown rival.
I think we talked about this last week, though. Like, you can throw some of that stuff, rankings and stuff, out the door before, Christmas break. I always thought it was kind of good to lose a couple games before then. It help you know a little bit about your team, and it's going to set the tone for the season. Maybe you have a team who really hates losing, and then they find that out.
Coach Powell is thinking ahead. He knows that they got 10 seconds on the clock. He said, why not draw up a play here?
Right.
So that's what he's going to do. He calls a timeout, quick 30-second timeout. He's going to draw up an inbound play. I'm going to guess it's going to Romy Croat just because a lot of their plays have been that way, off inbounds, but you never know.
I love what you just said there, though. Thinking ahead. This is still developmental time of the season, right?
Just because you're up 54-27 means nothing. So let's see what they draw up.
Okay, but it's Waukee's ball, though.
It is Waukee's ball.
Yeah, I was a little confused. I was like,
I don't know. Maybe he's thinking defensively doing it the other way.
Well, but none of the Waukee girls took the ball out of bounds either. Yeah, maybe he wanted to get that right there.
Danberg waiting up ahead. Prince House got fouled with .6 on the clock.
I tell you what, he's a wizard. Is that what he drew up on that playboard?
I don't know.
I need to ask Coach Powell how he comes up with those kind of plays.
Did he know the inbound play? That was really well put together. Prince House, who is scoreless tonight, will go to the line.
Oh, what are we going to call here?
I don't know. Whatever it is, Cassidy Danberg's getting a nice laugh out of it. I have no idea what that could be.
They're I think they started moving after the ball was passed to the shooter.
Yep.
Good job by the officials, though. Kind of settle things down. Sometimes you got to use common sense.
Kennedy knocks them both down. That will do it for the end of the third quarter. To the fourth we go. All Northwest 56-27. They lead over Waukee.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
I'm making the piece. Hey, this ain't for the faint of heart. We always playing rough.
Ready to go for the fourth quarter. Waukee Northwest leading over Waukee 56-27. Blake Walker, Chris Larson along with you here this evening. Getting set to go for our boys game just a little bit later.
Tough run here for Waukee. I like their team. I thought they did a lot of good things tonight. It's just they're just not quite at the level of maybe those top 4 or 5 teams, right?
And mind you, I mean, Northwest back-to-back losses.
Yeah, they were ready to go.
That feels like they should be a top 3 team in the state. They want to get back there. Van Kuren turns around and gets fouled on the way up.
Good post move there by Van Kuren. She's had a nice night.
Unofficially, I got her for 9. She'll go with the charity stripe, shoot 2. Again, a game that was tied 10-10 at the end of the first quarter. Very competitive, back and forth, but clearly adjustments were made by Coach Powell. And Coach Franklin and her girls have just been trying to keep up.
Coach Powell's biggest adjustment, Sadie McCann.
Yeah. I don't know if that was an emphasis. Hey, we should probably get her the ball a little bit more, but
no,
it works.
They have that ability, don't they? They have a lot of different girls who can beat you, and sometimes that's your best coaching, right? Just give them a structure with which they can play freely.
Well, and for your sake, I'll go back. Let's go back in time for you. If you guys had an off night at Norwalk,
right?
Were you in the huddle saying, hey, we have one of the leading scorers in the state in Bowen Bourne. We should probably try to get it in his hands a little bit more.
Absolutely, and some of that, too, figuring out how teams are trying to attack you. And I think it almost gets a little trickier. You know, they have such a balanced team. That's what I was talking about with that, figuring out the balance of selfishness versus unselfishness, right? And that's going to take them a little time, but, boy, they have a lot of pieces.
Nice block on the other end there by Abijay Peters. She has been a menace defensively tonight, causing all sorts of issues.
Yeah, you know Coach Franklin's excited to get her back. Look at that.
Kieran
Nice.
on the low post gets fouled again. Chloe Moen is in for the Wolves, as Sam Powell dips into his bench just a little bit more.
Man, there are some fantastic sophomores in the state. There really is. Van Kiernan, you know, right up there. I talked about her. I just love her form at the free throw line. You know, she's played really hard. She's battled. Sometimes you forget how young some of these kids still are.
She'll get one more after knocking down her first. And it's good. Bit of an awkward pass there. Now going to eventually get it in. Northwest takes on Southeast Polk on Friday night. Can't sleep on the Rams. Very talented team. Romy Crowett to the basket, off glass and good.
Physical finish. Physical. Tough.
You know, we don't brag on Romy's footwork a lot, but as a very talented soccer player that she is,
Absolutely.
you'd think we'd talk about it a little bit more. Abijay Peters knocks down the long three-pointer.
There we go.
It's her first bucket of the night.
A good place to find a shot right at the top of the key against that 2-3 zone.
Anna Bilic free for three. Can't get it to drop. Northwest hasn't shot lights out from three-point range tonight. A lot of their buckets have come down low off of the offensive rebounds.
Yeah, offensive rebounds and transition buckets. You know, they've made enough, right? They've made enough. Yeah, just shuffled her feet just a little bit. Good move, actually, but she's got a jump stop.
Takes a little bit of an extra step. It'll go right back to the Wolves.
I think Coach Powell does such a nice job of really rotating his girls in, right? Like, he's got a deep, talented roster, and he does a nice job of feeling like they're just coming at you in waves.
Bilic picked up by Marin Zalo.
Good
Zalo's
kick.
had a pretty good night. Kennedy Princehouse for three, shorts it off side iron.
Good driving kick, though. That's good basketball right there.
Kennedy, 5'7" junior, 3.7 points per game. Three-point range has been her game, really. 6 of 17 coming into tonight.
She does a lot of things well, though. She's lanky, good defender, smart player.
Zalo, high arcing three, and it splashes home.
Good for Marin. I like to see that. She's a good player. She's a really good leader for Waukee. It's been a rough night, but they've worked hard.
Boy, what a save by McCann. Went between her legs to save it.
Uh-oh. Oh, I thought
Bilic for three. Yes!
Why not, right? Excellent setup by McCann with both the save and then a nice assist.
She had 8 in the first half. That's just her first points of the second half, but she hasn't needed to really score.
I think that's one of the things when you got a team like them, you kind of got to know who's got the hot hand that night, and you have the ability to score, but you don't necessarily have to score to play well.
Bilic falls on that one. It does go out of bounds. It will stay with Waukee. Now a chance for a throw-in underneath. They had a good one in the first half.
I think that's the younger McCann coming in, right?
Grace McCann is in.
Give it to her.
Zalo directing graphics saying, hey, let's get it down to the big
Good
down
move.
low.
Oh.
Van Kuren can't get it to drop. Gets thrown a rebound, though, and gets fouled.
I like her adding that to her game, though. I thought last year, she was tall, but she was mostly a perimeter shooter. That's going to serve her really well because, that's going to be hard to guard as she continues to get older and stronger. And get inside. She's such a good free throw shooter as well. Sorry.
Bounced out on that one for Van Kuren. I'll tell you what, those middle schoolers over there, they're going to make it tough on these free throw shooters in this boys game.
Look at them. Loving life right there.
And Kuren's second one is up and good. All free throws for her this quarter. She leads Waukee with 13.
Julia said no problem.
Couple starters still staying in for Northwest. Croat gets fouled, kind of baited Abijay Peters into that one. I jinxed us on the fouls. I said we weren't really having a ton, and now we've had a lot of shooting fouls here as of late.
You know, take a look right across from us, Blake. This school's been in existence how long?
This would be 4th year.
Now look at their girls' state qualifier banners.
I mean, look behind us. They're not.
And the
they
boys,
they made the pictures of the team championship photos so big that they're already making them smaller because they're like, we're not going to have enough room. I mean,
it's amazing, isn't it?
It's unbelievable how many championships. Women's athletics for Northwest especially have just been on a tear recently.
No.
It's unbelievable to watch.
I agree. They're going to run out of space there. Good hustle by Croat. Good hustle.
On the deck for a jump ball. Might have to start putting ribbons up or something. Something smaller.
something smaller.
Their trophy case over there, I mean, it's going to have to almost be a per-year trophy case.
First-year AD Justin Hull didn't know that was going to be one of his problems.
Going to have to
Jim Dewey passed down all this problem of, you think of all these big things. No, just we don't have enough storage space for all our trophies.
We're not going to keep, we're just going to keep winning. Grace McCann in the ballgame. We talked about her for a little bit.
What a beautiful facility, though. I mean, you see, they play hard, they play well.
Danberg shorts it. Right idea.
Right at it.
And Curran all the way through traffic. Gets the layup to drop.
First time I've gotten to see her play this year. Like I said, I feel like her growth. Yeah, she's a really good player.
Under 3 minutes to go here in this one. Northwest closing in on their 6th win overall against Waukee.
Oop.
Jump ball.
Coach Franklin's going to be seeing offensive rebounds in her sleep tonight.
It's been a struggle for them, no doubt about it.
It's the hard part about coaching, too. You could see at the beginning of the second half it was something they emphasized at halftime because there was really more intense intention. To start the second half, but then it's just hard there. It's just something that they're struggling with against, maybe a little taller and more athletic Wolves team.
And with teams like this, season might not go how you wanted it to, but you have to stay with it because we see way too many times if the season doesn't go a certain way, you drop off and then nobody goes out. People got to remember, Waukee was the powerhouse before Waukee Northwest split happened. Coach Guest had them at state tournaments. They dominated Johnston a couple years ago in a shootout with Katie Dinnebear. It's a phenomenal program for women's basketball, and Coach Franklin is the woman for the job. It's just an off year, and sometimes you have a lot of young talent. You're seeing that right now.
Well, and there's no excuses, right? There's no moral victories. You get the job done. It's also just an insanely strong conference she's going up against.
Realistically, will get stronger.
Right, yeah.
You just feel like with possible addition of more teams as years go on.
Yeah.
Players are getting better. Romy Croat knocks down the free throw. Sadie McCann checks out. Could be the last time we'll see her tonight. Phenomenal night for her. 20 points unofficially. Ironically, just in the second and third quarter.
In a lot of different areas, right? She's a great cutter. She can shoot it. Long arms, good defender. She had the pick and roll finish. Just did so many things, and then she finishes equally well with her right and left hand. Oh, good D.
Abijay Peters sends a Waukee Northwest Wolf all the way to the student section.
All right.
That was Grace McCann.
Good move. I thought it was good D, though. Uh-oh.
Three-pointer from the wing. That misses that time, and I believe Brown was on the chance. All backups in now for Northwest.
Good kick.
Kennedy Princehouse for three. Not going to go. Student section
and another offensive rebound.
Another chance, and not going to go.
And another offensive rebound.
Oh, they want 3 points because of, okay. I was like, why is the crowd going
Why do
so
they want
crazy?
3
That's
points?
Why. I'm not bringing it up.
I work at an elementary school, Blake.
Danberg, low post.
They might boo. Look they might boo her. Oh. They are booing the middle schoolers.
Poor Cassidy Danberg.
Cassidy was a great post move. They're begging for a foul right now.
Peters all the way. Well, there's your foul.
That's not gonna help them.
gets the and one. You know, I was really wondering. I was like, this is just the backup team. I was like, am I missing something?
Well, and Kennedy Prince House plays a lot. They're like, yeah, they're not that obsessed with her scoring.
It's like, I'm glad we're happy for everybody.
Well, I tell you what, I've told you what good officials, Tyler Brady, Chris Lynch, and Joey Townsville are. If they want to help themselves in this boys game and get the crowd on their side, they just got to call a foul driving to the basket right here, and every middle schooler in this gym will love it.
Abba J. Peters knocks it down. She's had a really good fourth quarter here.
Look at him.
About 19 seconds separate shot clock and game clock.
Gotta go at the hole. Here we go.
Liv Brown all the way. Gets it's an and one. Can't make it up.
Oh, did you see the reaction of all those kids? They were so excited, and then
can't make it up.
It went.
Wow.
They booed the last two baskets by the way.
My goodness. That was a great bucket.
That was
by Liv Brown.
wonderful.
I mean, she had so much contact and was able to knock it in. Absolutely phenomenal bucket by Liv.
We've talked about that too. They come at you in droves. Their bench girls get in there and do a really nice job.
Chloe Moen with the rebound. Shot clock is dead. 69-44 is your score. Liv Brown knocks it down from the corner.
All right, Liv.
Good couple minutes.
Absolutely.
Abba J. Peters with 5 seconds left. She'll spin her way down, and the fadeaway will not go. 72-44. Waukee Northwest defeats Waukee. It is the third straight victory for Waukee Northwest in the series. 6th overall against Waukee. Very strong game. Good rebound game for Sam Powell and his girls.
Yeah, it was fun to see them get going a little bit. You know, we talked about it. It's almost like maybe their confidence was just a touch shook coming out, to start the game. They really found it as the game went along. I thought it started on the defensive end. Just phenomenal job by Waukee Northwest. And just to hang with them for Waukee, they just got to keep improving.
Let's give Liv Brown her flowers here. This was the and one. For Waukee Northwest late. I mean, the contact here, strong take, plus the three-pointer at the end. Good final minutes there for Liv Brown.
Absolutely.
Really good game from Sadie McCann. She leads all with 20. Romy Croat had 18 for Waukee. It was a solid night for Julia Van Kiernan. Double digits for her as well as Marian Zalo. We will take a break, and when we come back, it's number 1 versus number 2. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network. We'll be back in a little bit. On a cool night here in December, the crosstown rivalry is renewed once again. Number 1 versus number 2, Waukee versus Waukee Northwest here in the Wolves Den. Blake Walker, Chris Larson along with you here this evening for what should be one of the top games of 2025 into 2026 because we get to see them again in 2026. But Chris, this has been one of the top games since the establishment of this rivalry. They're 4-4. Somebody's going to get an advantage tonight. They've played once at the state tournament. The road team has only won once apiece. This is going to be a fun one tonight.
Such a fun one. So many good, talented basketball players. So many great athletes. And look at this crowd, right? This is what high school basketball in the state of Iowa is all about. It's, thank you for joining us tonight if you're watching in, because there is nothing that could highlight the level of, excellence in high school basketball as tonight can our two best teams right now.
Let's talk about this Waukee team. Coach Kanaski has these boys fired up. They're ready to get going. They're 4-0 to start the year. They're led by one of the best players in the state. Let's talk about Evan Jacobson. He's headed to Texas A&M to play football and basketball, but he is the motor that keeps this ship running, and he's crucial to this team's success tonight.
He comes from a great lineage of brother, who played at Iowa State and Nebraska. Evan can do it all out there. He shoots the ball really well. He's physical, strong inside, but the thing I like most about him is he makes the people around him better. He rebounds the ball well. He's a great communicator. He's going to give Northwest fits all night long with everything he does on the basketball court.
He's been so impressive this year so far. 17 points per contest, 50% shooting percentage. That tells you all you need to know about what he does on the low post. 6.8 rebounds per game. He is a force to be reckoned with, not just on the football field, but we see it here on the basketball court. He was phenomenal in this rivalry game last year. These guys are fired up for it, and he will be a big part of it. On the other side, for Waukee Northwest, we hear about Colin Rice. We hear about Landon Davis. Let's talk about the glue guy, Isaiah Oliver. He's headed to the University of Iowa to play wide receiver for Kirk Ferentz, but boy, he makes plays. 5 points a game, 5 assists per game, 4 rebounds. I mean, he's really one of the top guys of this offense we don't hear about.
Yeah, I think you saw in that highlight the explosiveness he has. He can go up and he can really get up and finish over people, but he also sees the floor really well, right? We saw a great assist. He can shoot it a little bit. Normally in games like this, we know all the big names, right? But in games like this, it's going to take kind of one of those secondary people, one of the 5 starters that but you don't necessarily think is going to be the best player. Going to take one of them to play excellent in order for their team to win.
Someone's going to 5-0 tonight, and someone will be definitively the number 1 team in the state, because when you get 1 versus 2, you just happen to have those type of scenarios. Waukee and Waukee Northwest, one of the best games we'll see all season coming up. We'll take a break and get you back for more pregame. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Run, jump, lisp, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Back here at the Wolves Den, Waukee Northwest and Waukee. Just a couple of minutes away from getting going. Let's take a look at your CIML standings. No official rankings yet. We expect those later in the season, but we do have the standings of who's going for the conference. Waukee and Waukee Northwest sit atop. Gallant Catholic right there as well. They played Johnston tonight. You can take a look through. Ankeny 3-1. Lost to Urbandale the other night. You and I have talked about Urbandale. The Jayhawks are a tough team.
Yep.
1-2. Southeast Polk's a tricky team. Johnston is hung with everybody they've played with, and then Valley and Centennial obviously in rebuilding years. But we see this, and we've always said it, Chris. The CIML is one of the strongest conferences in the state, and these teams expect at least 3 or 4 of them to possibly be representing the state at 4A.
Yeah, and I think actually those rankings will be out Monday, a week from yesterday. And when they come out, I think the winner of this game will be sitting atop of those 4A rankings. Call us crazy, but I think that's going to be a slam dunk. You're going to see several of these teams sprinkled throughout those rankings as the season goes on, though.
For Waukee Northwest, they are 4-0. Wins over Centennial, Urbandale 81-69, Valley, and then held off Johnston last week. And then for Waukee, also 4-0, defeated Des Moines Hoover, Johnston, Southeast Polk, and hung on against Ankeny on the road 66-59. Two teams that love to score the basketball. They're really built similarly. We'll see it tonight, but they got bigs. Waukee's taller. They're also a little bit deeper. Do you think that plays a little bit of an issue tonight for Waukee Northwest?
Absolutely. The backcourt of the Northwest is going to have to play well tonight. You know, I thought Max Roach came to Waukee and really was impactful in a lot of different areas. His kind of grit and toughness and quickness is going to give Northwest some problems. They got to be good enough with the ball to give their big guys good scoring opportunities and their shooters some good opportunities. So, yeah, I think the backcourt play is going to be huge in deciding the winner of this game.
I talked about it at the top of the show, but the road team has only won this game twice, and it was one apiece. Waukee Northwest won the first ever meeting between these two teams in overtime. It was a classic. And then a couple of years ago, Waukee swept Northwest. It's the only time a team has swept the year, able to take down Waukee Northwest here on their home floor. It's going to be a fun one tonight. Waukee, a scrappy bunch. They've kind of grown up together. They were pretty young, but they put together good teams here the last couple seasons. Waukee Northwest, obviously with the star power, they look to continue their strengths as they feel like they have a state championship team ahead of them. We will get set to go here. Your starting lineup should be ready to roll in just a few moments. The crowd, it's phenomenal. It is really, in a way, standing room only around this place because everybody's standing around the baselines and everybody's up against our camerawoman Rachel here. She's got one right next to him.
She looks so happy, right? She's feeling great about that.
So everybody's all crammed in here to watch this game.
You got to box out, right? You got to be physical.
It's going to be a wild night. There's a lot of extra cameras here. I see a couple of the news stations are here as well as we are set to go.
See some college coach representation and a lot of basketball fans here too.
Always fun to watch when the blue take on the purple in the Battle of Key. All right, we will send it down to the floor for your starting lineups. Waukee Northwest and Waukee, the Warriors and the Wolves, ready to go here on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
games. First quarter for the Warriors. Please welcome Trisha Guy, Haley Stripe, team coach, Nancy Coach, Lana Small, and Malia Miller. Cheering for the Wolves, Kylie C., Kate McDonald, Chloe Siegel, Isadora Marcos, Lila Hoppy, Chloe Pedersen, and Ariel Wagner. Tonight's officials is assigned by the CIML and going down south for Station Tyler Brady. Now let's meet the starting lineups. First for the visiting Waukee Warriors. 6'5" sophomore number 1, Pete Gray. Plus 6'1" senior number 2, Jay White. 5'10" senior number 3, Max Roach. 6'7" senior number 4, Evan Jacobson. And the 6'5" senior number 5, Landon Hansen.
You can feel the adrenaline in the building. We wish you were here, but we're glad you're watching online or on your TV or wherever you're watching. Waukee and Waukee Northwest in the Wolves' Den. One of the best environments in the state. I'm going to say it is the best environment in the state. When these two teams meet each other, whether it's in the Waukee Fieldhouse or over here at the Wolves' Den, you can't get any better. And, oh, by the way, they're number 1 and number 2.
Just phenomenal. It's going to be a phenomenal basketball game. It's everything you want out of high school basketball. Now, though, it becomes about the game, right? All the other stuff, you got to be able to block it out. None of the rivalry stuff. It's all about who can execute better, who can play better tonight.
Number 1, number 2, here in Waukee, the Battle of Key, ready to get going. Northwest in white, Waukee in black. We're underway here at the Wolves' Den.
Little man-to-man defense for Waukee Northwest to start the game.
Waukee 77 points per contest. It helps they scored 91 against Des Moines, or 96 against Hoover to open the year. Evan Jacobson left wide open and airballs his first attempt of the night. Northwest will come back the other way.
You'll probably see that a lot early. There's some nerves. Waukee also going to go man-to-man to start off with.
On the other end for Northwest, 68.5 points per contest, giving up just 47. Colin Rice trying to work on the talented young Pete Craig. That one's going to go out of bounds, and it will go to Waukee.
Let's keep our eye on that, right? You knew Craig was going to have to guard one of them. I've kind of figured that it would be Rice, and so that matchup's going to be big as we watch the game go along.
Pete Craig is 6'5" as a sophomore. He's averaging 13.5 per game. He's a big piece to respond to the two tall guys for Waukee Northwest. Jacobson, quick first step, now gets caught up. Now Max Roach resets. Roach, strong take to the basket, in and out, and Rice is on the rebound.
Oh, tough call.
Roach gets whistled for the first foul of the night.
We talked about that in our pregame, right? Like, Roach is he's a pest. No pun intended.
He'll move around, and he's going to be one that
he is.
It keeps head coaches up at night trying to think how we're game plan around him.
Absolutely. Now that's a big foul though early for him because he likes to play aggressive, physical nature. Now he's got to be smart with his fouls.
Isaiah Oliver, we talked about him in the pregame. He goes
and
up
one.
And gets the and one to go.
I feel like we've had a few of those this year, Blake, where we've been right on cue, right? We highlight somebody. He comes off and gets to a good start. Great runner, a little floater with the left hand, absorbs the contact, uses the glass.
Isaiah will go to the line to shoot one more. He's just 1 of 6 from the charity stripe this year. Make it 2 of 7.
There you go. I feel like they're really trying to isolate Jacobson and seeing if they can't attack Davis early.
Jay White was huge in the big upset win for Waukee over Northwest in the football season.
Such a strong guard.
Hounding defense early by Northwest, and now here's Jacobson. Well covered by Davis, and he got fouled as he tried to go up.
And I like that early from Jacobson, right? Not settling for jumpers, really trying to attack the defense. They know if they can get Landon Davis in foul trouble, that's a huge game changer for him.
Jacobson will go to the line to shoot 2.
Be interesting to see if Coach Watson switches that up and puts Rice on Jacobson now for a little bit.
17 of 22, now 18 of 23 from the charity stripe. That's pretty good for a big man.
Absolutely. He does a little bit of everything. He's one of the best athletes we have in our state. Probably is one of the better athletes we've had in a long time, too, and that's saying something.
Mac Heitland had it up for a moment. Now Davis. Rice swings it back over. Good defense here early in the portion. 2 minutes gone by. Jay White with the big snag. Oliver tries to steal it back away. Rice has it, avoids the over and back, and Northwest gets it back.
Got to be strong with the ball in this game.
Heitland can't hit the long three, the first three-pointer attempt of the night. He's the one you want taking them.
Absolutely. Too many silly turnovers, both teams early. Got to value that basketball.
Intended the pass for Landon Hansen. How about tonight for Landon Hansen? He was in a Wolves jersey last year, averaging just 2.5 points per contest. Now jumps into his role here at Waukee, now 11 points per game. He's been a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, excellent player Landon is. Speaking of a good Landon.
Three-pointer at the top of the key, Landon Davis.
That's what he can do. He can do a little bit of everything as well. Really likes that shot right from the top of the key.
An early 6-2 advantage for Northwest here on their home floor. Roach stops and fires a three of his own, and it's off the front iron. Fight for the rebound is scored away by Landon Davis.
I think if you're Roach, you want to get into that paint, create opportunities for other people.
Oliver.
There's Oliver.
To the lane and good.
Boy, his athleticism really jumps out to you, doesn't it? When he can put that ball on the floor, penetrate the defense, really good offense by Northwest.
The start that Coach Watson wanted for his team. They lead 8-2 with over or just under 4 minutes gone by. Jay White tries from three. That won't go. Pete Craig can't get the rebound. Davis has it again.
Really good start for the Wolves here.
Kukin spins all the way.
Boy, that's big time.
It's all Northwest in the early portions. Timeout. Coach Kanaski. The lead is 8 for Northwest.
What a start for the Northwest Wolves, right? Really want to complement their defensive structure early. They keep staying on the floor, forcing contested jump shots and rebounding every possession.
Coach Kanaski takes the timeout. 75-29 record at his time at Waukee. Was an assistant before his time as a head coach. He coached at Ottumwa. Now here with Waukee.
There's a lot of interminglings, right? He was an assistant for Justin Ohl, who's now the athletic director at Northwest. So a lot of different relationships in this one. I love the timeout by Coach Kanaski. Let's see if they don't come out some kind of set play, their best set play that he went into the game thinking, I can get a bucket off of this, because he really wants to kind of break the seal here and get his team comfortable.
And when you're on the road, hostile environment, got to get points up or things can turn into an avalanche pretty quickly.
Little screen and roll for White, get him into the paint. Just rolled out. Good offense, though. Really good offense.
Waukee can't hit a shot. They're ice cold here to start tonight. Colin Rice going up against Pete Craig. The turnaround is good.
Yeah, we told you, keep an eye on that matchup. Craig's got to be able to keep him out of the paint.
It is all Northwest here in quarter number 1.
Coach Watson couldn't have scripted this any better to start this game for his team.
Jacobson thought about a 3. Pete Craig almost loses it on the way. He shoots over top of Colin Rice, and the sophomore's on the board for the first time tonight.
Good move. Kukin had come over to try and take a charge. Craig did an excellent job of playing off 2 feet so that he was able not only to not commit the charge, but also finish under control.
Kukin, nice handoff to Isaiah Oliver.
How about the start for Oliver?
We mentioned him in the pregame, and he goes off. Landon Hansen tries to respond and gets fouled on the way up by Nash Kukin.
Yeah, Coach Watson and his staff's going to have a little talk right there, though. Kukin did a great job on offense, but you got to get back in transition defense, or else you're going to give up layups like that, like he did with Hansen.
So Landon Hansen will go to the line. We talked about it. Played for Waukee Northwest last year. He's just 2 of 7 from the charity stripe this year. He does knock that one down. How about Northwest? 4 out of the 5 in their starting lineup already on the board. Just carrying the basketball.
Yeah, really, really efficient offensively. The ball's moving right, not sticking. It's definitely the best I've seen them play thus far this year. You know, a really good, crisp basketball. You know Waukee will make a run, though. They'll get settled in. It's always hard being the road team in this rivalry.
Landon goes 2 of 2 at the charity stripe. Waukee trying to get some momentum strung together.
Off the dead ball, Coach Watson likes to go some set plays here. He's looking for Davis inside.
He's picked up by Jacobson down on the low post.
Same rule applies now. He's going to want to attack him.
Davis, great spin off the hip. Not going to get it to go. Loose ball to Colin Rice for 3, and not going to go. He was well covered by Pete Craig.
Really good defensive possession that time by Waukee.
Jacobson gets the ball every possession. There's really not a possession where he's not going to be a part of the offense for Waukee.
I like this for him, though. They're going to give him a little touchdown low, see if he can attack that basket, maybe pick up that second foul.
Turns around, not going to go. Pete Craig was left wide open on the glass. Pete hits the deck, and we're going to have a jump ball.
It's going to go Northwest way. This is why these games help these teams go on and win, make state tournaments and win state titles. And it doesn't matter, Valley, we were talking about it with that last year. But you have to make your team so much better when you go through these experiences. And it's really fun to watch so far tonight, playing at a really high level.
Nice battle there between Nash Kukin and Max Roach. Max gets lost and leaves Nash wide open for 3.
How about Kukin's start tonight? Shooting the ball well, moving really well without the basketball.
17-6 with under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter, excuse me.
Yeah, it's going to be,
away, and it's going to be going to Waukee Northwest.
Yeah, you can see their defensive intensity has raised up a little bit. We had talked after their Valley game where Valley was up on halftime. I think that was a really good wake-up call for this Northwest team about how they want to be on the defensive end. It wasn't so much they scored 32 points in that, but they gave up 36. And I know the coaching staff there thinks that's unacceptable against any team.
Oliver to the corner. Nash Kukin again. No. Landon Hansen can't get the board. Mac Heitland stuttered in the paint.
There's a little hammer screen on the weak side to try and get Kukin another open look. He did get the open look, just wasn't quite able to finish.
Oliver gets it to go.
With the right hand. with the right hand. He's doing a little bit of everything.
He's all over the place.
How'd you and Randy know to highlight him tonight, Blake?
Northwest by 13. Max Roach gets swatted away by Mac Heitland.
Uh-oh, get out and go.
Heitland, other end. Kukin lost it off his face.
I like the energy, though, and you see their coaching staff's all up applauding because, yeah, you mishandled the ball, but let's take a look right here at Oliver. Look at this. Oh, that was with his left. I thought it was his right, but that is a beautiful finish. Looked like his dad.
I know the Hawkeyes do love some multi-sport athletes.
There you go.
Waukee trying to salvage a first quarter here. White in traffic.
Good move.
He finally gets himself on the board.
Good move. Good, strong finish. That's what he does well. He's really physical. I like the way he played off 2 feet right there.
Oliver up against White. Trying to bait himself into a foul.
How strong are those two guards guarding each other right there, White and Oliver?
Two very good football players.
Absolutely.
That's what it is. Rice, nice pass to Davis.
Yep, he'll stay there.
We'll go to Northwest here.
I like the way White's trying to use some energy to get his team going, though.
12 seconds on the shot clock here. A 27 overall in the quarter. It'll be Colin Rice on the throw-in. And dangerous pass forces Nash Kukin to step out of bounds.
You know, we talk about improvement as the year goes along. I think that's one thing. I know a lot of coaches who like to look at out-of-bounds plays at Christmas time and see what works, what doesn't work. I think Coach Watson, he'll evaluate a little play like that and be like, I don't know if I like Kukin trying to have to hold off his man. Good clock management by Waukee.
This is a big possession here.
Yeah,
Get
absolutely.
this possibly to single digits if you can.
Yep, you want to shoot with about 6 left.
White takes the three, won't go. On the rebound is Kane Vandis, and
got to get one up.
Jacobson turns around, no good, and that will do it for the end of the first quarter. Waukee held to just single digits. Great first quarter by the Wolves. We'll see you in the second. 19-8, Waukee Northwest leads.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
I'm making the piece. Hey, this ain't for the faint of heart. We always playing rough.
Quarter number 2, ready to go here at the Wolves Den. Waukee Northwest leads over Waukee 19-8. Blake Walker, Chris Larson along with you tonight. Very impressive first quarter by Northwest. Very good defensively. Waukee not hitting shots.
We talked about it, you know, and I think that was a championship type of discussion that they had at the halftime of that Valley game was, hey, if we want to be who we think we can be, it starts on the defensive end. They're going to score. But when they play defense like that, they're almost unbeatable.
That was Colin Rice able to intercept the pass of Jay White.
So long and athletic.
Rice over top of Craig. Not going to go. Rebound snagged away by Max Roach. Roach will go all the way up and under. Not going to go. Davis forced the miss.
Oh, good move.
Craig all the way.
And one. A little fancy ball handling there by Pete Craig in traffic. Let's take another look at it. Check this out. Whoop.
You know, they're going to graduate a really good big man. They got to feel pretty good about what they have with Pete Craig.
I think Pete Craig over the next 2 years is going to be who Colin Rice is right now, right? You know, that type of player. He's long, he's athletic. And a really smart ball player. You know, I thought last year he really helped him on the defensive end, too.
back within single digits here. That was a big bucket out of that quarter break. Here's Isaiah Oliver. He had 9 in the first half. We got Joe Vineyard in the game as well. And we got a whistle blown down there.
Did I miss that? Was that on Davis? Was that his second?
It might have been.
Warriors foul is on number 3, Max Roach. That is his
So you saw the substitution. It was kind of a crazy play, yeah. And so that's something I know that Coach Watson has also talked about is for those 2 highly talented players, game management and foul management is going to be something they got to continue to improve upon as the year goes along.
Landon Hansen pokes it away from his former teammate.
Oh, left
but
him.
It leaves Rice open for 3, and he's not going to miss that.
3-point basket for Tyler Rice.
Official calling out something. And I'm not really sure what.
It's a discussion with Coach Kanaski. So I think
is it a warning? Can you get a sideline warning in basketball?
I don't know. I've told you, Blake. You know too much about me. Don't ask me that question.
We'll leave it at that.
I'm pretty sure you can't. But you know what?
If each team had 1 strike to give, Waukee might have given their strike, and we'll see what happens afterwards. But they wanted the travel.
And let's give Tyler Brady some credit, though, the official on that. Rather than making it about himself, call it technical. He just went over and it's like, hey, all right, we're not going to do this. So he's giving him a chance now.
They were quick to give technicals early in that girls' game.
Yep.
So lay a foundation. Evan Jacobson was able to get that one to go. Rice spots up for 3, and he's off.
Tough shot, right? Wasn't in rhythm right there. Need to wait for a little better one than that.
He's averaging 26 points a game.
Great player.
Long 3 from the corner. That's going to rim out for Landon Hansen, and the rebound snagged away by Joe Vineyard.
Yeah, it's nice when you can bring him in to at least rebound for you and match some physicality from Waukee.
Kane Vandis is in. I talked about him there at the end of that first quarter.
Good
Loose
deep.
ball picked away. Here comes Landon Hansen back the other way.
And one.
Holding up foul.
That got the Waukee fans to their feet. Did it with the defensive end first, right, with the little tap away. Take a look here, a little sloppy on the ball, and good pass ahead by Craig. And check out the flush.
The stare down to his former students.
Randy's having too much fun over there tonight.
Does miss the free throw, but does get him back within 7.
Absolutely. Coach Ganassi got his crew right back in this ball game, right where they want to be.
Rice.
Good
nice pass to Oliver, but he got it blocked away. He wanted the foul, no call.
Yeah.
Jacobson stops and gets swatted by Oliver.
Watch out, he can get up.
Back the other way and misses the dunk. And it's going back to Waukee.
Somebody's got to get these kids on the baseline under control, though. We gotta get those kids off the. You see that?
That's crazy. High schoolers probably would be doing the same thing. Boy, the place would have erupted if Isaiah Oliver would have transitioned the block into the dunk. Now Jay White responds on the other side. Isaiah's got another block.
This is like a street brawl in the downtown square of Waukee right now.
They're letting these boys play. Oliver stolen away by Hansen. Will anybody decide to slow down? Yep, there we go.
Got to execute on the offensive end still.
Craig for 3, in and out.
It appears like Northwest is just a little bit gassed. Isaiah Oliver, I think you can see that on the dunk. So I like this choice to just slow down a touch.
They're not guarding him as closely as you'd think they would. They had almost a triple team over there as Colin Rice went baseline.
And that's kind of what they're doing. Once he gets in scoring position, they'll run off and double off of him.
10 seconds on the shot clock. They double Rice again. It leaves Oliver in the corner, who spots up for 3 and splashes it home.
What a start to this game for Oliver. Coach Watson's going to get a 30-second timeout, I think, if nothing else, to get Landon Davis back in the game.
Lead balloons back to 10. And Isaiah Oliver, who came in averaging 5 points a game, has already got 12. Shooting over 6'5" Pete Craig.
Did you know you have such an impact on the game?
My producer, Justin, he texted me yesterday, said, who should we do for player of the game? And he's like, well, we've done Landon Davis. We've done, you know, we've done Colin Rice, and I'm like, let's just go to the glue guy. I was like, Isaiah Oliver has been, in my opinion, one of the best players on the floor night in and night out. We're seeing that here tonight.
It's kind of fun when you have a Division I football player as your glue guy. That's when you know you have a good team,
and
right?
I think for any Hawkeye fans that, yes, they'll always look out his football highlights, but I always think back, T.J. Hawkinson was a phenomenal basketball player. Could have played college basketball.
I remember him well.
So if you think about how things translate, it's not a bad sign for Hawkeye fans to see what Isaiah Oliver's doing.
TJ's one that got away from him. 0-2 against him.
10-point lead. Waukee looking for more points here. This guy hasn't been doing much. Jacobson, though, gets to the free throw line.
I think that might be 3 on Davis. No. Good officiating by Chris Lynch. You know, that's kind of a close call, and he maybe realized that. It was on the reach, though, which, you know, you do want to see the best players here be able to play. And I didn't think that Davis's contact was strong at all.
They got it on Isaiah Oliver. Jacobson knocks down his first.
And nice to see him get off the snide. Sometimes get to the free throw line, see the ball go through the hoop. You might see him run off 6 or 7 points here.
Watson, I don't know if he's keeping track of his players. He has a little sticky note that he was looking at. Maybe he keeps track of fouls. I'm not sure.
I think there might be some offensive secrets on that card.
Evan knocks down both.
Oh, it's in, out, and back in.
It's 4-4 from the charity stripe this evening. Back within 8. But Waukee is not in the business to trade baskets at this point.
Little set piece here. Good cut.
Rice.
Good cut.
Got bumped. No call.
Get out and go, Jay.
Up ahead to Jay White. Jay takes it all the way and one.
Yeah, phenomenal finisher. He's so strong. He gets out and runs the floor really well. And, you know, really good kick ahead, too. Trying to keep an eye here. Yeah, that was Hansen who got it. Kick out ahead. Look at that. He's just a physical finisher.
He's had a couple really good outlet passes tonight.
Yep.
He's off back iron, though. The rebound is skied away by Pete Craig.
They have it.
Dwindled down to just 6.
Well, and think of the job defensively Waukee's done here in this second quarter, really making it tough on Northwest to score.
White for 3 at the wing. In and out, and Davis is on the glass.
You notice, Blake, we talk about that so often. When there's runs, we all like to talk about the offense, but really it starts with defensive energy on a basketball court.
Logan Achenbach in the ball game. They go to him in the corner, and Achenbach for 3, and it's good.
How about some of those secondary options right now going and doing just a phenomenal job for Northwest?
They seem to always show up big in this game.
Yep. Well, it means a lot to them, right? You know, these are kids that take a lot of pride in the jersey they're wearing.
Hansen trying to bully his way down low, and he can't get it to drop. Great defense by Nash Kukin. Chance to extend it back to double digits for Northwest. Rice to Davis for 3. In and out.
Kukin.
A putback by Nash Kukin as he got fouled on the way up. Somebody didn't keep an eye on number 5.
It's just such a big part, right? We talked about this in our pregame. We all know who the big stars are, right? The big names. But in this game, they're so well scouted, such good coaching staffs that it's a lot of times those secondary players that end up with good scoring opportunities. When they get those opportunities, they got to take advantage of it.
Nash had 5 in the first quarter. That's his first point here of the second. Look at Coach Kanaski there. Trying to figure out this Wolves team. He's got his team trailing by 10. That fast start for Northwest in games like this could be the end-all, be-all.
Yep.
And we've seen comebacks happen in this series quite often. A lot of basketball left.
I'd really like to see something to get Jacobson going. That would work.
Got Rice on the pump fake and gets fouled on the way up.
Little pick and pop right there on that, right? And he does a nice job with the shot fake to get in the paint. Again, when you're having trouble scoring, getting to that free throw line is your best friend.
He's been there twice. He's 4 of 4 from the charity stripe as he heads there again. And his first one splashes home. Had a quiet year on the football field, all things considering. Didn't score his first touchdown of the season until late in the year, week 9 against Waterloo West, in a crucial win for them. But boy, his talent on the basketball court hard to look past.
We talked about that. He's seen the ball go through the hoop now. Now it's starting to go a little smoother for him. I like that they're running their offense through him.
Colin Rice picked up by Pete
Good
Craig.
help.
Jacobson
Good
able
help.
to knock it away. Out of bounds. And
It's going to stay here.
stay with Northwest.
Yeah, I really like it. Jacobson's doing a phenomenal job in his help. He's kind of, Craig's doing a good job absorbing the contact. Sometimes it's the first dribble, sometimes it's the second dribble. He's coming and attacking that hard and making that decision really hard for Rice.
And you wonder for Waukee on the offensive side, trying to bait Davis into that third foul. Shad Dway in on the floor for Waukee. He was the one picking up Isaiah Oliver. Max approach says, give me that. Takes it away.
The little guy out there, he's a little bit of everywhere, though.
Jacobson trying to pump fake Davis. Now goes up with his right hand and gets it to go.
He does such a good job of playing under control, doesn't he? The shot fake, he's so fundamentally sound.
That was all led the way by Max Roach on the defensive end.
Cookin's got to be careful there. It's almost a carry when he's dribbling it out front.
Rice doubled. That left Davis open, but the pass was tipped. Davis spots up in front of Jacobson, and it won't go. And Roach skies for the rebound. Chance to...
Got to run it through Jacobson again.
Evan Fader. No. Dway is on the rebound.
It's
to a
fine.
wide open Landon Hansen, who can't get it to drop. And Oliver with the save. Watson won it over the back.
Really good, smart basketball, though, by Waukee, right? They keep getting the ball to Jacobson because they know Davis can't pick up that third foul.
Rice fade away.
So smooth, little off 1 foot, right? Almost like Dirk Nowitzki there with the drive. Just, he's got so many tricks in his bag.
Headed to Lincoln to play for Coach Hoiberg next season.
He likes those Northwest Wolves.
Yeah. Pete Craig trying to back down Colin Rice. Ball is tipped out, and it goes to Waukee, or Northwest. Landon Hansen thought for sure it went off the mold.
Okay, you're up 9 points. You got the last shot. If you're Waukee Northwest, you got to make sure that you get the last shot of this half, and you head into halftime at the very least with a 9-point lead. But Waukee has been doing a great job putting pressure, so got to take care of this ball up top. We talked about the guard court. They've been great so far. Finish the half strong.
Waukee has fouls to give if they want to try to go that route.
Excellent call on that.
Kukin, quick first step, toes the
It's
baseline.
fine.
Rice for three. No good. Davis can't put it back up in time.
Good
we
half.
catch our breath.
Yeah.
32-23. Northwest leads by 9 over Waukee. We'll be back and send it over to our halftime show and back for more action in the second half. Northwest leads over Waukee. We'll be back. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
As the seasons change, so should the colors in your garden and around your home. Nothing says fall like a splash of beautiful colors from the fall mums from Good Greenhouses. No one has a larger selection of gorgeous mums or better pricing, with sizes from small pots to large containers that are sure to make the neighbors jealous. For over 118 years, the Good family have grown and sold the best mums in Iowa in a rainbow of stunning fall colors. Come see for yourself, just north of Interstate 80 and only 8 minutes south of Ankeny.
Run, jump, lisp, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into the studio here. It's halftime of our game here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Before we get you back to the action, there's a lot of news to cover here in the Metro and here in the CIML. Let's go over the rankings for girls basketball that came out last week from the IGHSAU, along with CIML standings for the boys. Class 5A, top 15 teams in the rankings. There are 15 teams in the rankings. Johnston sits atop the standings. 58 straight wins for the Dragons as of tonight. We'll see if that continues. They do play Dowling Catholic this evening, who, oh, by the way, is ranked number 2. Dowling Catholic sitting in a great spot, undefeated on the season. Iowa City High is at number 3. They did lose to Iowa City Liberty last week after the rankings were released, so the Little Hawks are probably going to drop here as the rankings continue. Ankeny at the number 4 spot. Valley, after the upset win over Northwest, jumped up to number 5. Waukee Northwest sits at the 6th position. Cedar Rapids Prairie and Bruce Dahl ranked 7th. Iowa City West is 8th. Cedar Rapids Washington sits at the 9th spot. Then I talked about Liberty at the 10th position. Cedar Falls is 11th. They picked up a win over number 8 Iowa City West last week. Expect them to move up. Bettendorf is 12th. Waukee is 13th. Waterloo West was the newest team in the rankings that weren't there before. They have one of the top scorers in the state. They find themselves at 14th. And Pleasant Valley rounds out top 15 at the 15th position. Moving on to the boys' side, they don't have official rankings yet. Those will come out officially from the IHSAA later as the season progresses, most likely a couple weeks after the first of the year. So we're going to look at the CIML standings as of tonight before the game started here on this December 16th. Dowling Catholic sits atop. It's pretty much a tie between 3 teams. Dowling Catholic 4-0, 4-0 Waukee, 4-0 Waukee Northwest. Waukee Northwest does technically have a lead, if you will. They are 4-0 in the conference. Waukee and Dowling Catholic are 3-0. Ankeny right behind in the 4th position, 3-1 overall, 3-1 in the conference. They lost to Urbandale last week. Good win for the Jayhawks. Southeast Polk falls in behind Ankeny at 1-2 in the conference. Urbandale 1-2 after that win against Ankeny. Johnston is 1-3, and Ankeny, Centennial, and Valley round out the field at 0-4. Taking a look at some of the games that are going on the rest of this week, we'll start out with what we have on Friday for the Central Iowa Sports Network. Dowling Catholic heads to Waukee. For the girls' side, it's going to be what we think could be a top 15 matchup. We're not sure what the rankings will look like. Waukee could drop out depending on tonight's performance against Waukee Northwest. But Dowling Catholic most undoubtedly will be top 5. We'll see if they win against Johnston or not, but it will be a top 5 team going to Waukee Fieldhouse. And on the other side for the boys, realistically could be a battle of 2 undefeateds. We're not really sure how everything shakes out, but still will be a crucial top of CIML matchup on Friday night. And while we're not covering it on Saturday, Waukee Northwest heads to Sioux City to play at the Tyson Center, where they take on Sioux City East. The Black Raiders, as of tonight, are 3-1. Waukee Northwest 4-0. It's a fun early season matchup between a Western and Central Iowa team. That will do it for us here on our halftime show. We'll get you right back to the action. Should be a good rest of the game coming up. Thanks for watching our halftime show. Now back to the action on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
3, 2, action.
Wilson Toyota and Ames is unlike any other car dealership in Iowa. At Wilson Toyota, we give you a financially rewarding, time-saving, and stress-free car buying experience. Earning your confidence with a value-oriented customer experience is what thousands of customers have come to understand as the Wilson experience.
She's getting better at this, making me so proud.
Wilson Toyota,
home of the Wilson experience.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V-Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Halftime here at the Wolves Den. Waukee Northwest leads over Waukee 32-23 is your score. Blake Walker, Chris Larson along with you here. Evan Jacobson leads scores for Waukee with 10, and Isaiah Oliver 12 for Northwest. I don't think a lot of people had Isaiah Oliver circled as the man to be for this game, but boy, he's come up so big, and there's a reason that Northwest is leading because of him.
Yeah, we talked about it at the outset. A lot of times these games are decided. They put so much emphasis and energy on those leading scores, and you want to make somebody else beat you. Well, right now, that's what Isaiah Oliver is doing. He got off to a phenomenal start. He's done a little bit of everything. Plus, he's, ran a really efficient team on offense as well.
And it's been fun to watch. We've seen such good defensive play on both sides. We talk about Evan Jacobson, but his shots, Chris, they're coming from the free throw line. He's not really been able to get many jumpers. It's just from the charity stripe. On the other end, Northwest has not gone to the charity stripe a lot, but they're hitting big shots when it counts.
Yeah, it's just going to be fun to watch. They always talk about the first 4 minutes of the second half are going to tell us a lot about this game. Might make us a few subtle adjustments on defense, at halftime on the offensive end. Which team can come out, make a bucket early? If it's Waukee and kind of get it back down to that 5-6, range, then they're right back in it. If you're Northwest and you can get off to a hot start and put it at 15, it's going to be tough for Waukee to outplay them by 15 points for the rest of the way. So these first 4 minutes are going to tell us a lot about what happens the rest of the night.
In one of the 2 times in this rivalry's history that the road team has won, it was the first time Northwest trailed Waukee at Waukee by 13 in the fourth quarter. They came all the way back and won in overtime. It's not over till it's over when these 2 teams are playing. 32-23, second half of action coming up. Someone's moving to 5-0, and someone will become the true #1 team in the state in Class 4A. We'll take a break, and when we come back, second half of action ready to get rolling. Waukee and Waukee Northwest on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Run, jump, lisp, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
30 seconds away from our second half here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Blake Walker, Chris Larson on the call tonight. Don't forget, on Friday night, more basketball coming up on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Waukee takes on Dowling Catholic. The next 5 games for Waukee, well, they take on Dowling Catholic on Friday night, and then they get a tough one against Pella, who is one of the better teams in Class 3A. They go at Centennial, home against Valley, and home against Urbandale. So the schedule, you get going here before Christmas break. Waukee definitely starting to string a couple together. It feels like if you can get past tonight, you set yourself up here for the new season.
Absolutely. Let's give a shout out too to old buddy Derek Schulte down there at Pella for scheduling that game, because what a great opportunity for his guys to go up a level in class. But also, if you're Northwest in that game, Coach Watson wants to play good basketball teams, right, and really challenge themselves in a lot of different ways. Their team has really risen up to the challenge so far tonight. Can they keep that same defensive intensity up all game? If they can, I think it's going to be really hard for Waukee to make a run.
No possessions are bigger in games like this than the ones right out of the breaks.
Yep.
Northwest leads by 9 as we're underway here in quarter number 2. Matt Heitland for 3.
That's Coach Watson at his best right there. A really nice set play. Gets Heitland coming off a double screen, some really good ball movement. He shot fakes so he can get his feet set and knocks down the jumper.
He didn't have a single point in the first half. He's got 3 now already.
It's just such good coaching. When you have somebody who can score like that, let him know at halftime, we're coming to you right away. Now that's really going to pick up his energy in the second half.
Jay White and Isaiah Oliver battling for the basketball. It's going to go to Waukee. But in some ways, a 12-point game, one of the largest deficits of the game, is it danger zone territory for Waukee?
Absolutely. I think we talked about this a little bit at break. You can't let them get too far away. You needed that. You needed that big time by Hansen right there.
Hansen knocks down the three. He had that electric dunk in the first quarter, or first half, that kind of ignited the Waukee crowd, but not enough to come back. Does
Good
get
cut.
it back within single digits.
Good. 2 good cuts on that possession.
Colin Rice gets down low and gets the foul.
If you're watching at home, you know, these are 2 of the best teams in the state. Watch that right there. The first cut, Davis doesn't get the ball, but it makes the defense react. Then all of a sudden that helps out. Everybody's a little bit out of position. Then the second cut, it set up a foul because such good cutting action by the Wolves.
Rice knocks down his first, came in 12 of 19 from the charity stripe this evening. Shooting 56% with 26 points per game. That's just crazy.
There's just really not much he doesn't do well, right? And efficiently.
Just like that, lead back to double digits. Waukee's going to have to string together a couple. They got within 4 or 5 at one point in that first half, but Northwest just went on a run. Landon Hansen's taking over the ballgame for Waukee.
Having a night, right?
At the end one.
Yeah, he's really picking it up and aggressively attacking against his old mates.
Nice spin move and just backing down Nash Kukin.
I think he feels he has a little bit of a physical advantage over Kukin. They really needed that right there. Gets it back down to 8 points. Now you got to string together a couple stops, though.
Isaiah Oliver at 12 to a wide open Colin Rice. Can't get the friendly bounce. Rebound is skied away by Nash Kukin. Couple O boards here by Waukee Northwest tonight, kind of like that girls game. Heitland, high arching shot, not going to go. Isaiah Oliver again with the save. He's left wide open.
There you
for
go.
3.
You just can't give this team 3 chances, and then Coach Kanatsky's going to call a timeout. I think that's going to be his big point of emphasis right there.
Trying to get him to settle down. Full timeout, 40-29, Northwest on top.
As the seasons change, so should the colors in your garden and around your home. Nothing says fall like a splash of beautiful colors from the fall mums from Good Greenhouses. No one has a larger selection of gorgeous mums or better pricing, with sizes from small pots to large containers that are sure to make the neighbors jealous. For over 118 years, the Good family have grown and sold the best mums in Iowa in a rainbow of stunning fall colors. Come see for yourself, just north of Interstate 80 and only 8 minutes south of Ankeny.
Out of the timeout, 40-29. Waukee Northwest leading over Waukee. Make or break moments here for the Warriors. It sure does feel like here with this one.
I think that was part of his timeout right there. I don't think he loved the hustle and the energy effort that Northwest gave, kind of beat him with on that possession. And I think he just wants to settle his guys down. He knows he can't let it sneak too far away. And I was just telling you, it's a terrible feeling as a coach. There's just games where they have a really good team. Northwest has a really good team. You just kind of feel like it's sneaking away a little bit, and I think that's how Coach Kanatsky was feeling right there.
Must-score possessions here for Waukee in the middle of the third.
They're going to be running their best action right now. I'm guessing it's going to involve Jacobson somehow.
Jay White. Good defense by Oliver, trying to get Oliver moving. Jay then fires up a tough shot. That was all good defense by Isaiah Oliver.
What they did right there is they kind of, watch out.
Davis, blocking foul.
I liked what they did. They kind of isolated that side with Davis, with Jacobson. So Davis was going to have to stay out on that shooter. So White got a good look at it. He used his physicality, but just wasn't able to finish.
It was a foul on the floor. So Wolves will get a throw in here. Kane Vandis checks in. The 6'3" senior, averaging 4 points per contest for Waukee.
You hit the nail on the head, though, Blake. It's danger time right now, right? You gotta take care of some business on the defensive end.
Davis left wide open after the triple team down low. Kukin still gets his own rebound, and that's starting to become the trend here. Waukee just can't get the boards.
Yeah, that's 3 seconds.
They lob it down low to Davis, who is almost quadruple teamed in a way. And the travel is called.
Yeah, traveling 3. You got that was. They
Like
needed to get him the ball
before that, but
yeah.
yes. Landon Davis, 3 points tonight. Just a lone three-pointer in the first quarter. Not that he's needed to step up in a big way.
We talked about that. That's hard for these two, These are as good as it gets as big men in the league, and he's putting a lot of energy into that defensive end right now, too.
Jacobson can't get the left-hand bucket to go. Kukin got one in the air and lays it up and in.
Really good use of the pump fake, right? Got himself in the lane, played off 2 feet. That's good basketball.
Northwest looking very good here. Roach up and
Good
out.
move. Good strong move by Roach right there. Took it right at the rim, used his quickness, got to the rim.
But you believe me when I said that's his first bucket of the game.
Yeah,
Definitely a little bit quieter than he probably wants to be.
Felt like early he was kind of getting it going, being impactful. We haven't heard much from him as the night's gone along.
Oliver tried to fit the pass to Colin Rice, and Pete Craig steals it away.
Might have been a little too unselfish that time by Oliver. Offensive.
Couldn't quite tell over on the far side, but Nash Kukin did the right idea. Waukee Northwest, after a miss, you're always thinking for Waukee, we got to hit a shot after a miss. Now it goes back to the Wolves.
Yep. Kukin's really had a nice night too, showing a little moxie there, getting the charge, which you always like to see from a sophomore. Waukee's defense has been really, really good tonight.
Davis working on Jacobson, got him in the air and got it to go.
Yeah, good post move, right? You can see how well coached both these teams are. They do so many things well, losing a lot of shot fakes in there, and really good finish that time by Davis.
Roach spots up for 3, needed that one in and out. A chance to really pull this thing open. Rice. Got Davis wide open. Good recovery by Landon Hansen.
Good rotation there by Waukee.
Kukin, yes!
How about the sophomore tonight, though? Stepping up, hitting threes. He's doing it on the defensive end as well. Just having a phenomenal night.
It is all Northwest. 16-point lead for the Wolves. Roach just trying to get going here. He does get the layup to go off glass.
I like it when he plays that way. Gets downhill, attacks the rim. Careful,
Kukin and Roach get together, and Roach is whistled for the foul.
Yeah, I like that he's trying to make some things happen. A little bit of over-dribbling that time by Kukin. Got to be careful, right? Don't mess around with that ball around Roach. He'll take it from you.
And Max was trying to plead his case. He didn't want to come out of the ball game, but Jay White will check in. Emotions are high in this game, as you expect, but
seems like particularly high, right? I mean,
you want to be out there, you want to play.
It's not the spirit of Christmas right now,
that's,
right?
That's true.
It's the
Rice working on Craig. Isaiah Oliver. Why not?
Have a night. We talked about whichever guard court played better is probably going to win this game. So far tonight, it's been the guard court of Isaiah Oliver and Kukin that have just outplayed the Waukee Warriors.
Craig, turnaround.
Good
spot,
move.
Jumper, good.
Good move there. Got to keep hanging, right? Keep hanging. Got to get a couple stops, though, if you're Waukee down on this end.
Sometimes for Waukee, after a game's over, you can just look at it and say, we just got outshot.
Yeah.
Because they're shooting Waukee out of the gym right now. Northwest just can't miss from beyond the arc.
It's hard to make a run on them, isn't it? They do such a good job of valuing the basketball, so they get shots every possession, and they have so many different guys who can shoot it.
Davis got it poked away by Jacobson, but on the deck, it's going to be a jump ball. Vandis had pretty good possession of it, but it will stay with Waukee Northwest.
Good hustle there by both teams. That has been fun to watch, though, too. Very competitive game, but, respectful, hard-nosed play, I would say, on both sides.
Most of the time it has been.
Yeah, right.
This rivalry's history. It's short history. Most games have been pretty clean. They try to keep the emotions in check, and I feel like the coaches do a good job of that. I think it's very respectable basketball between them.
You know what that is. Good coaching,
yes,
right? I mean, that is good coaching and good job out of the Waukee basketball community as a whole, right?
they respect each other, but the players definitely
get
don't.
after it, right?
Isaiah Oliver gets whistled on the foul. Waukee fans were about to have a come apart if that was against Roach or against Jay White. It's Isaiah's second.
You had the joy. I mean, those two had to be just a phenomenal matchup on the football field.
Well,
I don't know if they ever.
I think you saw it a little bit in the DB area.
Yeah,
I think
that's what I
Jay
was
White
wondering.
played safety. Jay White was a running back, and Isaiah was a wide receiver.
That's where. Man, they're both strong. Get out and
Hansen
go.
tried to fit it in. Here
Watch
comes
out.
Colin Rice, who lays it up and in.
Really good unselfish play that time by Davis. I like that these high school didn't get too creative, right? Just get a bucket. This is your rivalry game. Go in and make the layup, get the 2 points.
Jay White working
That's
on
foul.
Oliver.
And one.
It's 3 on Isaiah Oliver.
That's what he does well. He's really got broad shoulders. He's a good ball handler. Gets in the paint and finishes.
Waukee definitely going with the approach of let's get to the line, try to get them in foul trouble. They're still not in foul trouble by any means, I definitely don't feel, but Oliver will check out.
I just think that's what they do well too, right? They're a good physical, downhill attacking team, and so they got to do that to stay in the game. Again, I'm going to keep saying it though. They got to string together some stops.
Lead is 14 for the Wolves, but if you're Northwest, you can't get too complacent.
Nope, but you can early in the shot clock, right? You know, this isn't going to hurt them at all.
High pass,
good
somehow
catch.
corralled by Eichenbach.
No way.
Colin Rice.
How about that? He's just got such a soft touch, doesn't he? He caught it about on the nose of the Wolf there at half court.
Jay White tries to respond with a
he
jumper of
does.
his own, and he does.
You know, you said this about watching film. I think Waukee's going to go back and watch this and be like, hey, it wasn't that bad,
Yeah,
right? It wasn't good enough,
we can't,
but it wasn't
it's
that bad.
hard to beat a team that just can't seem to miss.
Yep.
Northwest is having one of those nights. We saw it a couple years ago, you know, when Sanford and Ballou were going at it. They went to Waukee, and Waukee just ran them out of the gym. Eichenbach tried for his second 3 of the night. That's not going to drop.
Good look that time by Kukin on the cross court.
Jacobson for 3. In and out. Again, Warriors just can't
Yep.
string together the points.
Good job by Coach Watson and his staff. They're like, stop. We got a 15-point lead, right? Now they want the last shot of the fourth quarter. They're going to be up by at least 15. Love to see Waukee come up, pressure the ball a little bit, right? Play with a little more sense of urgency right here.
One shot could really, they already have momentum, but a good shot.
Little high
Gets the
pick and roll
momentum
with
rolling.
Rice and Davis.
Rice, double, back to Davis, on the ground with 2 seconds. They're probably not going to get a shot off, and they don't. And that will do it for the end of the third. One more quarter to go. Waukee Northwest trying to hang on here, 55-40. Wolves lead over the Warriors. We'll be back for the fourth. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
I make it look easy. Hey, this ain't for the faint of heart, we always playing rough.
Fourth quarter ready to get going, 55-40. Northwest leads over Waukee. Take a look at the Waukee huddle coming out of their break. Northwest and Coach Brett Watson, 85-21 record at Waukee Northwest. That's not too shabby for that guy. Former Indianola coach for the
Creston.
Indians. Yeah. Creston as well. I meant just as recent as Indianola.
Sure.
85-21 record, though. I
Phenomenal
tell you what.
coach. Two really good coaches in this. That's what makes the basketball so fun, right?
Runner-up twice. Definitely feels like this could be the year.
Absolutely, and they're playing like it right now.
Jacobson trying to get back into this ball game, and he gets fouled on the way up.
So I thought you brought up something kind of fun at the break. Whether it's the rankings from the state are going to come out next Monday. I know. Got a little message that our buddy Tony Rowe, who's over at Prep Hoops and does his rankings. I'm not sure that a game like this can really drop Waukee out of the 2 spot.
Yeah, it definitely feels like Northwest will be number 1. But looking at all the talent around Class 4A, Waukee realistically is still the best team of the rest. But there will be a significant gap in between these 2 teams for now.
And again, that's not to say. I just think the level has been so high on the Northwest Wolves side. And, boy, if they continue to figure out the defensive end, I just think they are going to be such a hard team to beat. Haven't seen all the team on the eastern side of the state, but when they play like this and that ball movement, they have so many shooters. Thank you, Colin Rice, for just leading us right into that.
Jay White all the way. Can't get it to go. Rebound is snagged away.
I think the other thing they do so well is, in terms of Coach Watson slowing them down. Now that they know how to play the clock, they're a smart team. They really just check all the boxes.
How about 11 three-pointers for Waukee Northwest?
That's something.
That's going to win you basketball games. That one's an errant pass that'll go out of bounds.
Hasn't made many mistakes tonight, though.
No. The lead is 17. Again, I talked about it. The largest comeback in this series is 13.
Well, and to your point earlier about Waukee, a lot of teams would be down 35 and it'd be running clock right now. I think that's the biggest compliment you can give to Waukee in this game. I think they have all the pieces to be a real state tournament contender when we get down that route. Well, they got to play a little better than they did tonight, but they make a lot of basketball plays. And let's not forget, this one isn't over yet, right? They're still trying to fight back into this.
Urbandale held pretty tough with the Warriors. Lost 81-69, but still tough fight there for the Jayhawks.
I think from what I heard, there was a big lead, and Urbandale came back in the fourth quarter in that one as well.
Davis thought about the three, but takes the dunk instead. Almost a cherry on top of a night like tonight for Northwest. Jacobson high off the glass, and Rice is on the boards.
Yeah, they're feeling it now a little bit. Got him on the ropes. Good
Davis
pass.
Again.
Really good pass that time by Rice to the other All-Stater, Davis. They're putting on a show right now.
The lead is 18. Max Roach quiets the crowd for just a moment.
Going to get a timeout, a full timeout for Coach Kanaski.
Not bad at all. The lead back down to 15. We'll take a break. 62-47, Northwest leads.
3, 2, action.
Wilson Toyota and Ames is unlike any other car dealership in Iowa. At Wilson Toyota, we give you a financially rewarding, time-saving, and stress-free car buying experience. Earning your confidence with a value-oriented customer experience is what thousands of customers have come to understand as the Wilson experience.
She's getting better at this, making me so proud.
Wilson Toyota,
home of the Wilson experience.
5:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. Waukee Northwest closing in on a series-leading victory over Waukee. Take a look at a couple replays. It's the Landon Davis show here in the fourth quarter. A couple resounding dunks.
The dunks are fun, but look at the fundamentals. The shot fakes, getting the guy off the ground, and then going up and just hammering it, right? But that's an insane amount of skill level. Speaking of skill level, watch this pass from Colin Rice to Davis. You see the dunks, but it's the things that led to the dunks that are equally as impressive.
High-flying Wolves is what we're seeing right now in the fourth quarter. The lead is 15. Coach Kanaski takes the timeout after the Max Roach three.
Keep your eye on this. Coach Watson has a little bit of a propensity. He loves to call lobs when he kind of knows his team is feeling a little bit. Let's just keep an eye out if they have a play in yet where they might get a lob for one of these two high flyers. Oh,
Roach with the steal. He's got help from Landon Hansen coming, and Roach hits the and one. And just like that, this game could get back down to 12.
How about Max Roach just continuing?
Trying that all night.
Just playing, right? Just playing. He's just playing through it. Really good job by him. That's one thing. if you're Northwest, you might learn from too. I don't know that they want to isolate Kukin, making him bring it up one-on-one against Roach right now, where he's at in his career. See if Oliver comes and helps him out. Yeah.
Knocks it down, back down to 12.
Oh.
Jay White.
Yeah, did you see what happened there?
Did he step over the line?
Well,
for
I
a
think
second?
whoever took it out initially wasn't supposed to, so he kind of
So he
flipped it
tossed
to
it
Oliver,
back and
then
maybe
he
it
stepped
should have
out of
been out,
bounds. It, probably by the letter of the law. Do you always have to follow the letter of the law?
It's a 30-second timeout. I'm not entirely sure, but definitely
I got a question
feels like
for you. Did you see that state football game?
Yeah,
where he threw the helmet up.
Yep.
Good call, or should that be a no call?
I mean, if it's not in the rule book. I mean, where does it – I mean, is it in the rule book that you can take off a piece of equipment and just toss it?
I mean, what is it? What was it, an unsportsmanlike conduct?
I think so,
It begs the question of, you know, I'm just here to have a little philosophical talk with you.
People want consistency.
Yeah, 100%.
At the end of the day, that's really all people want.
It's a tough call.
Jeff Linder, I love the man. Every time at the state basketball tournament, he will see every time. The first time he hears it, he'll be like, well, we heard a call it both ways.
Yeah, right.
Because
call
that's all you hear. Everybody just wants consistency.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right. See if they can't handle the pressure. Good job.
No look pass by Oliver.
You notice Heitland came up to help relieve a little bit of the pressure there that time.
Kukin thought he got fouled. It goes out of bounds, and Waukee has the ball.
This is good. It's good for the sophomore, though. He's played well, but finishing games is a little bit different. Waukee's got it down to 12. They get a bucket here, they're right back in it. We talked about the Urbandale game, and this is kind of what happened to Northwest.
Hansen picked up by Kukin. He's trying to get it to Jacobson, and he does. Evan on the low post.
Yeah, that's got to be a foul. Yeah,
that's 4, I believe, on Davis. 3.
I think it's 3. He had that offhand kind of wrapped around him. You got to keep that up in the air.
Talk about consistency. That chicken.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's called, sometimes that's not.
Flip a coin, right?
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, still got to execute. Little switch. I think they put Heitland on Roach.
And it's a bump. Roach is like, I want that continuation rule that they got in college, but it's not going to happen.
This is where these games get interesting. We know they're playing one more time. It's very possible they could play 2 more times. And right now for the coaches, they are watching everything. And even if this isn't going to result in a loss, there's things that are happening that they're watching.
Rice got fouled and cannot get the layup to go. Well, you talk about a positive for Northwest. That possession could have gotten them down to single digits, and now all of a sudden you got a chance to extend it again.
But we talked about it, right? Every time big plays happen, it typically starts with a good defensive play, right? So I just think kids need to understand that too. Points are great, but like making plays on the defensive end lead to those points.
Rice shorts his first. He's got 17 tonight.
You didn't get the memo. He's not allowed to miss free throws, right?
There's 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. Him and Davis, the only people that have scored this quarter. Jacobson got it ripped away.
Watch out.
Here comes Jay White.
Oh, jeez.
And Rice lost it on the way up. They try to save it. Rice is hurt.
Yeah, it was his ankle.
Evan Jacobson goes all the way on the other end and gets the layup to go.
Ref's got to stop to get it. Well,
Rice is still going, but he's limping on the far sideline. He slipped on the floor on the way up. But man, he's not doing well.
No. Trying to tough it out.
Oliver to the basket.
Man, what a game he's had. That's a big-time bucket right there.
There's your timeout to try to get Colin Rice off the floor. See how long of a timeout they're taking here. It's going to be a full. We'll take one with them. 65-52 Northwest leads.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Waukee Northwest student section enjoying the show tonight. They lead Waukee 65-52. There's a good sign for Northwest.
Back out there, that's good.
Colin Rice is right back out. He never even subbed out. He kind of worked on his ankle.
Blake, I got to tell you, my guy Scott Anderson, wonderful player for me, state champion. He texted and he said, guys, it was a definite turnover. He was taking it out of bounds. He flips and the guy stepped out of bounds. Got to be a turnover. We couldn't really see it down there, so we didn't see it.
Was hard to
but
see
on
from
the
where
TV,
we're at.
and that's got to, thanks Scott for the assist.
Just over 4 minutes to go. If Waukee wants a chance, they got to go now. Craig can't get the
good
layup to go.
See how he went straight up and down on that?
Mac Heitland is left wide open and can't get it to drop.
He hasn't quite found his rhythm and range quite yet this year.
Offensive foul on Jay White.
I think Joey blew his whistle 7 times on that one. He liked that one. It was good D, though. Good D.
Jay just trying to make something happen. That's his 4th foul of the ballgame. Watson telling his team to get down the floor as Waukee continues their press.
Yeah, I think he does not want to leave his guards left alone to bring the ball up the court. Which, that's just, again, learning your team, right?
Bring a slight double, and there's 5 for Jay White. Felt like probably maybe should have been a little bit more careful, but just like that, he's out. So 2 quick fouls in the span of less than, 20 seconds, and Jay White is done for the evening. And yet to score here in this quarter.
I think that's one he'd like to have back right there.
On film, you're going to be like, well, could have taken it, could have, obviously you're trying to get back in the ball game, but. Northwest trying to put it into this one, 65-52.
Good choice.
3-pointer by Heitland. That's how the night has gone for Waukee Northwest.
Bit of a shooter's touch there for Mac. Kind of talked about that coming out of football. I think you're going to see his shooting stats go up and up as the season goes along.
Pete Craig, nice bucket off the rebound.
Speaking of up and up, I think his career is headed in a really good direction. He's getting so much valuable time as an underclassman, but he's just going to get better and better.
Errant pass that time by Kukin.
And you can see, right, the sophomore has had so many ups and downs tonight. That's one thing in these big games. He's going to have to learn to manage and take care of that basketball.
Under 3 minutes to go here in this one.
It feels like the game's just slowed down just a little bit, right?
Max Roach having himself a really nice quarter. He's got 8 in this quarter alone.
Hey, you got to love the fight, don't you?
Pete Craig's going to intentionally foul.
They're going to get into the foul game already? Is that what we're doing?
Northwest shoots 61% from the charity stripe.
Yeah, I don't know if that's... I don't know. Tough call. 12. Probably go another possession, maybe 2 before I start it, but they're going to go. They're going to make them shoot some free throws. It's so different without the bonus, right? Because you're getting 2 free throws every time. What do you think?
I'm just thinking back through history. I always go back to this all the time. Now, granted, that was like a 12-point game. I guess this is a 12-point game. You and I blew a 12-point lead in the NCAA tournament.
I thought that's
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M.
And it's because you and I could not hit free throws, and the full court press cost the Panthers dearly.
They couldn't get the ball in.
They couldn't get the ball in. I think Northwest is better than that. They can get the ball in, but you really take a big gamble. Texas A&M took a gamble and said, all right, here's how we're going to play it.
Speaking of Texas A&M, Evan Jacobson, it all comes together. There's synergy in this broadcast.
Back to a 14-point advantage. But does it really matter if Waukee can hit shots, though? Jacobson shorts that one. Because then it's when do you foul?
Now I feel like you gotta go with it a couple more possessions.
You're going to have to play some defense and hope you get some missed shots. There's another foul.
And Oliver's going to go back to the line.
80 points is the most points scored by a single team in this rivalry. That was Waukee Northwest in the very first time they played. 80-76 score.
Just such an impressive performance. Like I said, I think it's been a really well-played game on both sides. It's just, I think Waukee Northwest showed how great they can be. And Isaiah Oliver has just been phenomenal.
24 points. I don't have his career high with me, but I guarantee
Let's just go with it.
Let's
just go with it.
I'd like to believe he's probably got his career high.
And not that it's that shocking, right? He's the type of player who can do that. I don't know if in a game like this you thought he was going to do it, though. You guys did.
Well,
you and Justin you're all over it.
We always talk about that one player that'll go off that you don't expect. But the thing is, Isaiah Oliver has been a very good player for this Northwest team. Ball's on the deck. Waukee does get the turnover, but they got to make something out of it. Jacobson misses the runner. And is it a foul, or are they going to get out of bounds?
Heitland's going to go to the line.
That sums up the night for Waukee. Coach Watson having all his guys stay back here on the free throws.
Oh, here we go.
I'm sure Northwest wanted this one. Obviously, if you live under a rock for football at least, Northwest was the #1 team in the state. All they had to do was beat Waukee, and Waukee wouldn't make the playoffs. Waukee wins on a blocked field goal to win the ball game here at Northwest.
So I'm sure this one feels good.
They had
this
some
one feels
bad blood. No wonder Isaiah Oliver went off.
Yeah, right?
That's all you need to know.
He's a little ornery. Well, he's played phenomenal.
Yeah, he has. Max Roach for three, in and out. These two will meet again in February, I believe. I don't have the exact date, but obviously going to be back at the Waukee Fieldhouse.
Be different teams by then, too. You know what I mean? Both teams.
We see it all the time.
Yeah, there's growth moments for both these teams.
I do appreciate this year's matchup. The first one was not the first week of December. They've done that the last couple of years. I like having a couple of weeks into the season.
Yeah. Let them play a few other games before this one.
Landon Hansen can't get that one to drop, and the rebound is off of Evan Jacobson.
And some of these guys too. Not that they're not getting there, but a lot of good football players on this floor who are getting their basketball legs. They're going to be even better basketball players in January and February.
Look at Coach Watson. I mean, you're up by this much, and you're still just yelling, pointing, coaching. Colin Rice, why not put a cherry on top?
That's coaching, though, right? And
Rice and Jacobson had some words for each other, and Colin loves it. Everybody, let's keep our head on straight here in the final minute, shall we? Let's not let it get out of hand. Let's not let it get out of hand.
Let's remember, it's Christmas a week from tomorrow, I believe. Let's just be in the holiday spirit. Beautiful pass, Oliver. I didn't quite see what happened here.
Not much.
That's basketball in 2025. The kids are going to talk. And pretty good job by both kids, right? Evan just kind of kept walking. I thought he did a good job with that.
You'll know you get a rematch, no matter what.
Yeah, and it's going to be a good one. And you might see two more of these. I really wouldn't be surprised at all.
It feels like a year where we couldn't foul.
That happened a couple of years ago, right, where they played downtown.
It's the only time they've played each other in the postseason. Waukee Northwest will take the series lead 5-4, and once again, the road teams just struggle in this rivalry. There's a three-pointer from the wing. That's good.
That gets it to 80.
Yeah. There's tied for the most at 80. The lead is 22. It's the highest it's been all night.
Yeah. Got away a little bit at the end, but like I said, a lot of teams, well, actually, probably most teams in the state are getting beat by 35-40 the way that Northwest played.
Waukee Northwest takes this round of the Battle of Key, 80-58. They win on their home floor and advance to 5-0 on the year. Waukee will drop to 4-1. I speak for everyone when I say we can't wait for the rematch in a couple months.
Just such fun stuff. Really high-level basketball. A lot of good players. The best players played well. The secondary players played well. It was just a terrific basketball game. But both teams will make adjustments. These two teams are both going to be there in the end.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun. We appreciate everyone for watching tonight here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Don't forget, we're back on Thursday for wrestling at Waukee. And then on Friday, Waukee hosts Dowling Catholic, and what should be a fun one on the Central Iowa Sports Network over at the Waukee Fieldhouse. For our entire production crew, we had a lot of cameras on the floor tonight. We appreciate every single one of them. For our producer, Randy Nielsen, he's Chris Larson. I'm Blake Walker, saying so long from the Wolves Den, where Waukee Northwest takes this round against rival Waukee 80-58. Good night, everyone.